fast. That's why so many across the country choose the Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson is nationally recognized, but is local right here in Colorado. So give us a call and let our team fight for the results you deserve today.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
The new National Western Center merges agriculture, entertainment, and education all in one place. Be part of it all at nationalwesterncenter.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Non-verbal communication.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
Unbreakable bonds.
Look at us three. The three musketeers.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius, and genius.
And personal hygiene.
Holy Moses. Guy's excited about showering.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Come on. Do the Humpty Hump. Come on, do the Humpty Hump.
Good morning. Wednesday, August 26, 2026. It's Will Peterson in for Mike Evans, hanging out with Brandon Stokley. What's going on, Stoke?
How we doing, buddy?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Doing great.
So I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
I think it's been exactly 2 since I last saw you, and I scared you.
You did. You came into the parking lot like a bat out of hell. Rolled up, and then, because your window wasn't working, so you threw open the door like, hey, is this where I'm supposed to park? I'm like, goodness gracious, Will, you almost gave me a heart attack. So, yeah, that was our last encounter at camp. Camp went by fast.
It did. You guys were out there every single day. I think you did 12 or 13 shows out there. You like being outside that early in the morning, though.
Oh, yeah, it's nice and crisp. Got a little coolness to it outside, and it especially when you're out there and then you look over at the facility and they got the lights on and it's just kind of glowing. Really cool scene. So I like being out there.
It looks like a Four Seasons. It's immaculate.
Exactly.
It's incredible. And speaking of parking, so yes, I scared you when I was at camp. For the record, I know where to park at the station. I've worked here 4.5 years. I figured that much out. I didn't know where to park at camp. We got hooked up with some nice spots through a friend. But on my rundown, the question posed by Johnny and Ty, did Stoke figure out if the spot he parked in had a loading sign? That's why I began there, speaking of parking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do we do it right now? Do we wait for Mark?
Give us a tease, baby tease.
So I did go over there, right? Mm-hmm. And the whole side was like no one was there. So I just parked all the way to the left, and I just started walking, and then I started seeing these signs, right? Each one is like 2-hour parking, right? And the next one, 2-hour parking. Next one, 2-hour parking. So I'm like, dang, what's this last one going to be? Is that going to be a loading, unloading zone?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I take the L.
Ooh.
It says loading, unloading zone, 15, 20-minute parking only, something like that.
But take that L on the way out.
So, so I got to take the L on that one. I will say this, though, because I came in from the right side and had to turn left into the one little spot. And those signs are so high. I mean, they got to put it lower. You need to put it lower a little bit so people can actually, see it. I don't have to look up.
Yeah.
And in that parking spot, they ought to have something on there to let you know that's a loading zone.
Right.
right? It's just one little sign up top, and it looks like all the 2-hour parking signs. So, hey, I was wrong. I shouldn't have parked there, and if I would have saw it, I wouldn't have parked there.
Okay, so you admitted you were wrong.
Well, yeah, it says loading zone, so
Yeah.
I just didn't see the sign.
Yeah.
So,
I was ruined.
Yeah.
I played with fire over the weekend, similar situation. This was dangerous. Not like actually dangerous. It was dangerous for my car. So my nephew was singing the national anthem at the Rockies game on Saturday night, which
how
was
awesome
cool.
was that?
I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, no, he didn't sing it alone.
Solo?
He's 8 years old.
Oh.
His school choir. They trotted out like
That's not as cool. Never mind.
like 40 kids.
Okay.
They sung the anthem. They were a little.
That's still cool.
They were a little off key. They did a nice job. But my sister's like, it was one of those, hey, he's singing the anthem. You can come if you want. I was like, I got to go. Right. It wasn't a, you can come if you want. It's, you better be there.
Yeah.
So I wake up Saturday morning, buy a $14 party deck ticket, because they're in section like 146. Those are $50 a pop. I'm like, I'm not spending $50.
No, not to see my nephew.
I'll spend
$14. I don't like
$14
him that much.
on the party deck.
This
then,
man is a saint.
my understanding was we were going to be there for just a couple of innings, right? You come in, you watch the anthem, couple innings, you get out of there. So I pull up to 19th and Market, right by Coors Field, and there's a 2-hour meter. Perfect. I'm not paying $30 for parking. I'll pay the $2 meter. Well, they changed those meters so you can't pay past 6 p.m. It's got to be a baseball thing, right? They don't want people going to Coors Field and getting away with paying $2. They want you to park in a $30 lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there putting the card in and out, trying to add more time. It's like, you're out of time. You're out of time. You're out of time. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to let it go.
You're going to gamble.
I'm going to gamble. And I had two fears because we ended up staying until the 7th inning. Kids wanted to take me out to the ball game. We stayed a lot longer than anticipated. I was in this meter for 3 hours, 19th and Market.
And
I'm thinking, when I get back, either my car's not going to be there, because we're outside the club, right? They're bumping music at one of those spots. I don't even know what they're called anymore. Haven't been there in 10 years. They're fun, but just not my age demographic anymore. Or I'm going to have a fat ticket, and my $2 parking is going to turn into $125 parking.
And?
I got back, nothing.
Nothing?
We good.
Wow, it seems like they would be on top of that stuff during the game, knowing that people are going to try to gamble like you.
Yep.
And it's easy way to give out a few tickets.
W.
Well, that's good. So
my night at the Rockies game was about $16. Between my $14 party deck ticket, my $2 parking, Mom was there, nephew's grandma. We go and get food and drinks, and I got it. So I was like, well, that's the way to do a Rockies game on Saturday night. $16.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Who did they play?
The Cleveland Guardians. Yep.
So that was an L.
They lost 4-3.
Yeah.
Some dude hit a 3-run home run right in front of us, and then we had 3 foul balls in our section, including one that landed in a dude's beer. No joke. It wasn't one of those fakies. He caught it in the beer right next to us and chugged the beer.
Oh, how cool is that?
Hell yeah!
So I went home. They replay those games, and I'm like, they had to have shown this on the broadcast, right? And I'm thinking, we're going to be on there right next to him. They didn't. They just talked right through it. They just talked right through it.
I didn't see it.
Because I turned to my dad and I said, all right, what inning is it? What's the score? I know they replay this game. I'm going to go back and watch it. Love those guys. They do a great job. But unfortunately, because that's like a SportsCenter top play if the broadcast captures it.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Right. The guy caught it in his beer, then chugged the beer. I mean, that's making the top 10.
Yeah.
It's absolutely going to make. Did you have a chance to get it?
The ball?
Yeah.
Nah, I was 10-ish feet away.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
That's too far.
But I could have been the hero. You know how that goes. Because the kids want a baseball.
Right.
But you got to explain to them probability. Like, fellas, the odds we get a baseball, pretty darn low.
Or the kids. You got to get You got to get that. You got to make that quick break, right when you see the ball up in the air. The guy's got a beer in his hand. You could have got it.
Could have bodied him.
Right.
Taking the baseball, been the hero.
Right. And then you would have been on the top 10.
Exactly.
Elbow to the ribs, reach over, grab it, then you go give it to your nephew. I mean, come on.
Could have been. When you're sitting in 146, though, you're not that far from left field. You're kind of in that corner by the foul pole. Those foul balls are coming in hot. I mean, those are 300-foot foul balls that are clearing that net. You got to be paying attention in those seats.
Head on the swivel.
head on a swivel indeed. All right, well, it's good to be here with you this morning, Stoke. Mark will join us in about 50 minutes. In the meantime, there was a goodbye letter yesterday from a key player who left town this summer. Some heartfelt moments, some funny moments. We'll give you the details next.
Think you know the NFL better than everyone else? Prove it. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's NFL Survivor Challenge is here for the 2026 season. Each week, pick one NFL team you think will win their game. If your team wins, you survive to the next round. If they lose, you're out. The catch? You can only use each team once all season long, so choose wisely. It's free to enter, and the last fan standing will win $2,500. Head to DenverSports.com/survivor to join today. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Well, if the goal of your next or, hey, congrats, your first deck is to build something your family can enjoy over and over, then go with a deck builder that is family through and through. Denver Deck Builders is a family-owned company started when Ron Gibbs wanted to spend more time with his sons, so they started building decks. And what do you know? They got really good at it. So good, they build more decks with more square footage than anyone in Colorado. Ron is a former college player, hooper, played at Michigan, brings a Division I intensity and high standards to the design, engineering, and construction of every deck they build. More than likely, your current deck is like so many decks in and around the Denver metro area, past their expiration date, and honestly, quite boring. Denver Deck Builders will build you a 50-year deck made with the best materials like Trex. They'll help you come up with exciting features like roofs, bi-level decks, outdoor kitchen, hot tubs, and more. Help you create the ultimate outdoor living space. Visit their website, get inspired, and set up a free consultation. Go to ddbonthefan.com. That's ddbonthefan.com.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like on Wash and Wax, you can get 3 Meguiar's products for just $20. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
There are so many out-of-state roofing companies and roofing companies claiming to be locally owned, yet owned by out-of-state private equity firms.
Denver Roof Pros is the real deal. We are truly locally owned and operate right out of Denver.
We've been serving the Front Range and the Eastern Plains from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs for 10 years.
Choose local. Choose DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
For 90 years, Belco Credit Union has proudly called Colorado home. That's thanks to all our members who have helped us grow alongside our beautiful state. To celebrate our anniversary, Belco is offering a special low fixed rate on a new home equity choice line advance. If you've been waiting to start a new home renovation project, now's the perfect time. Go to belco.org/90 years to see full offer details. Equal housing opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. All loans subject to approval. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Arby's is on your side in the fight against Big Rush Hour. Get $1 fries and sliders between 2 and 6 p.m. with the purchase of any regularly priced food item only at participating Arby's.
Arby's, we have the meat.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Kenny here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of the guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's a delicious, portable, zero-sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on summer with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Self-appointed nicknames.
Obviously, I am the hockey guy at this station.
Grammar lessons.
High five, Fama Jamma.
And Oscar-worthy impressions.
My version was, get off my plane. Okay. Yours was, get off my plane.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Plenty of reaction to the parking situations for both Stoke and myself. It's Will Peterson filling in for Mike Evans. Mark will be here in about 45 minutes. I'll save some of these for Mark when he gets here for you, but two different contradicting ones real quick on my dicey meter parking outside Coors Field. The 6340 says after 6 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, and holidays, meters are free.
Oh, okay.
So that would make sense why it was cutting me off at 6. I was parking at 5:23, and it said 37 minutes left, even though I kept hitting the up button.
And they wouldn't let you do it because they turn it off at that time.
It was free.
There you go.
So why would anyone pay $30 for a Rockies game? Just go park at a meter.
Well, what if the meters are taken, bud?
There was like 7 meters right in front of the club at 19th and Market. We find you in the club?
With a bottle full of bub?
Drink.
I don't think so. I don't think I'll be at the club.
But then the 1907 says, Will, you'll probably be getting a ticket in the mail because they have your license plate. They'll be able to send you a ticket.
No, you're good.
I don't know about that. Things I don't know about either. Peyton Watson no longer plays for the Denver Nuggets. Did you catch his goodbye yesterday, Stoke?
No, I must have missed it. Dang it.
Nice long Instagram post. I sense sarcasm. Read you a little snippet. Nuggets Nation in the city of Denver, thank you for having me for the first 4 years of my career. As a young NBA player who was a bit naive and hadn't seen much of the real world, you guys took care of me better than I could have ever imagined. Thank you for that. Playing this game every night on the national stage is difficult on both the body and the mind, but the love from the fans always makes it so worthwhile. I will miss seeing you at Ball Arena. Here are his thank yous. You will not guess who he thanked first. Who do you think was number one on his list?
Number one on his list, Nikola Jokic.
No, sir. Buried in the middle.
Okay. Buried in the middle, huh?
Not a guy that Nuggets Nation is real fond of.
Oh. Michael Porter Jr.
Nope.
Okay, who?
Calvin Booth.
Oh, wow.
A few special thank yous. Calvin Booth for believing me out of UCLA.
Wow.
The Kroenke family, Coach Malone, Coach Adelman, and the rest of the staff. All of my teammates for helping to raise me up. AG for being my big brother. Aaron Gordon, first player mentioned. DJ for keeping me in check. That's got to be DeAndre Jordan. Joker and Jamal for all the assists on and off the floor. KCP for throwing my 21st birthday party.
All right.
MPJ for all the late night workouts and dinners. But again, most of all, thank you to the fans. Playing in front of you has been a dream come true. I will see you all soon. I know you guys have been harsh on Peyton Watson since he signed the $88 million deal with the Cavaliers.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him for, trying to get paid at all. And I don't blame the Nuggets for not paying him. So I think it's just one of those situations to where it just wasn't going to work out unless you could deal someone. And I don't know. I don't know how interested they were in keeping Peyton Watson after what happened last year.
You're talking about in the playoffs.
Yeah. And, Rich Paul came out and said that he told him that he, I didn't hear all the quotes. Did you hear the quotes from Rich Paul about
I did, yeah.
What were the quotes?
More or less, and I'm paraphrasing, but he advised him, you've got a lot of money on the line.
Right.
And he was dealing with a hammy. I didn't think Rich Paul flat out said I told him not to play, but he hinted at that strongly.
Right. So, the Nuggets look at that situation, and they know more about it than I do, obviously. And do they feel like he could have played and he tapped out? Wanted to make sure, he was 105% ready to go. I don't know the situation, but it's a shame it didn't work out because I think his best days are in front of him. Now, we'll see how it plays out here in the next few years.
Sure.
But I wouldn't have gone into the luxury tax for Peyton Watson.
Or even deeper into it because they're already in the second apron.
Right. Now, they can get out of it, right?
They can, and they will before the trade deadline. It's just going to depend on what type of season they're having.
Yeah.
If they're having a great season, they'll find a way to dump Zeke Naji, attach that first-round pick that you got in the Watson deal, and just move on. If they're hovering around the play-in, then we go right back to what Josh Kroenke said a few months ago. Everyone but Joker will be on the table. Jamal will be on the table. Aaron will be on the table. Cam, Christian, all those guys will be on the table because you're not paying a $200-something million luxury tax bill for a play-in team. You're just not. But if you're chasing the 1 seed, I would hope and think that the Kroenkes would indeed be more willing to pay it, or if not, they'd be willing to move Zeke Naji attached with that first-round draft pick.
Yeah. That seems like that would be the way to go. Find a way to get rid of Najee's contract and get under that second apron.
Yeah, and to do it, you're going to have to incentivize the other team
to
take it back, and a first-round pick would help. I just thought it was funny. He gives all these heartfelt thank yous, including to Calvin Booth, which
he did draft
Calvin Booth drafted him. Tim Connolly left in May of 2022. Calvin Booth took Christian Brown and Peyton Watson about a month later in his first NBA draft. So, yeah, he thanks Calvin Booth. A lot of people had a problem with that. A lot of people got a kick out of the thanking KCP for the 21st birthday.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
I mean, what was your 21st birthday like? Was that at the club?
Ooh, 21st birthday. No, that was not at the club. Nothing really. Just went to the convenience store and got a 6-pack of beer.
Got to show that ID for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
yeah,
I'm legal, baby.
That was it. Me and the wifey.
Like beer.
Yeah, me and the wifey. So that was. I think that was really it. Didn't hit the club that night. I might have had workouts the next day. Yeah, I think it was in the middle of off-season workouts.
Were you still in college or were you in the NFL at that point?
No, college.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were married?
No, I was with my current wife.
You guys were dating.
Yes.
Gotcha. My wife.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, did y'all get married as teenagers?
Right. No.
Not quite that young. But
how about you? Were you in the club? 21st?
Yeah, I actually was. I mean, if Columbia, Missouri has clubs, maybe not a club, but the bar.
Yeah.
Good college town,
Yeah.
bounce around. And then
The guy is drunk.
all the bouncers and the bartenders like, we've seen you here for a couple of years.
Right. You just turned 21.
You just turned 21. I was like, well, that was Will Peterson from California.
Right.
You saw the last couple of years. This is Will Peterson from Colorado. We're all good now. One more thing on Watson real fast. He does pen this nice letter, which I appreciate, but the replies are just killing him. I mean, the replies are just you kind of what you're hinting at. You quit on us.
Man, fans, look, they love you. They'll go down. If we say it and he's on the team, if they were to re-sign him and we're calling them out for it, fans would be attacking us. But once you leave and then they flip and now this is what happens.
Well, do you think he gets booed his first game back at Ball Arena?
Oh, wow.
Because remember, Mikko Rantanen, who we thought was beloved, when he came back first time, it was relentless boos every time he touched the puck. I'm curious if the same happens with Peyton Watson every time he touches the basketball.
Wow. I would say yes. I think so. Just the way that it ended. And it wasn't like he did a lot of great things here.
No, he had one half-good season.
Right. So, I think, when fans take a step back and they hear what Rich Paul said, I advised them to, make sure you're really good to go before you play. And then he doesn't play at all. And you certainly could have used him in that series. Yeah, I mean, fans, obviously they don't like that. So I do. I think he gets booed. How about you?
Yeah, I do too. I don't know if it'll be as loud as like Carmelo Anthony. You remember when Melo came back? I mean, it was deafening boos every time he touched the ball. Peyton Watson just doesn't have the same star power as Carmelo Anthony, obviously.
Right.
But the educated fans, the plugged-in fans, they'll let him have it a little bit.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
Are you disappointed? Like, where are you at on the Peyton Watson situation?
I'm disappointed it didn't work out because they what did they look like against the Wolves? They looked old and slow and unathletic.
Yeah.
What is Peyton Watson? Young, fast, and athletic.
Best days in front of him.
Exactly.
That's what you hope.
I mean, this team is just getting older, and the contenders in the West are getting younger. You let the one guy who could match up with them walk out the door, and you replace him with a 37-year-old.
Yeah.
Peyton Watson's 23. DeMar DeRozan's 37. Baffling offseason for the Nuggets, in my opinion. Speaking of baffling, Vance Joseph did not mince words yesterday. He ripped his defense pretty good. You'll hear from the Broncos defensive coordinator next.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammey and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate, intelligent, and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Most home sellers get one offer. It's somewhere between lowball and not good enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard's new Orchard offers, you don't just get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors all competing for your home. That's right. Make investors compete with Orchard's cash offer marketplace. Here's how it works. You work with an Orchard agent who submits your home to their exclusive network of hundreds of local cash buyers. They come to you with offers. You review them all and pick the best one on your terms. So you don't have to settle on one offer or worry about leaving money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Now that it's nice outside, I can't wait to spend time at my favorite outdoor oasis right in my own backyard. With my custom built-in grill island, comfy patio furniture, and blazing fire pit from O.W. Lee, I may never want to leave. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio to let you know that we'd love to help you create your very own outdoor oasis in your backyard. Lair's offers the widest variety of top-quality O.W. Lee furniture and fire pits. With a great selection of in-stock items along with our custom ordering process, you can choose the exact style and color that will make your patio sizzle this summer. Lair's also sells the top names in quality barbecue grills and accessories to help you create an outdoor kitchen that will be the envy of your neighborhood. Lair Fireplace and Patio is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in barbecues and outdoor furniture. Family owned and operated since 1954. Go to LairFireplacePatio.com and see why O.W. Lee is the most sought after name in quality outdoor furniture and fire pits. That's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's outdoor room experts.
Visit any of Lair Fireplace and Patio's beautiful showrooms.
Over his Hall of Fame career, Terrell Davis racked up impressive numbers. 65 touchdowns, 2 championships, almost 8,000 rushing.
That's why I bank at Colorado Credit Union.
That's a weird segue.
Colorado Credit Union treats me like a person, not a number.
With personal service, great rates, and smart financial advice.
And those are just 3 great perks.
We can stop with the numbers now.
You don't have to be a legend to bank like one. At Colorado Credit Union. Visit ccu.org. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. Or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey everybody, Cecil Lamb here from my friends SodaDietAndNutrition.com. And right now you can call 866-800-SODA because they've extended their 4-week offer through the end of August. That's right, 4 weeks free. Call 866-800-SODA. Mention the fan, 866-800-SODA. Tell them the fan sent you. Tell them Cecil Lammy sent you to get those glorious 4 weeks free. And imagine 4 weeks from now, you could be looking better, feeling better, ready to go in the fall here at the end of August. So love it. Love SodaDietNutrition.com. I want you to go to the website there as well because Soda has over 10,000 positive Google reviews. I'm one of them, by the way, because 5 years ago I lost 60 pounds. 60 pounds gone with SodaDietAndNutrition.com. Why? I had a degreed nutritionist set up a dynamic diet for me, custom fit for my lifestyle, my schedule, my food preferences, all there for me, and I was able to lose the weight in a good amount of time. 5 years ago, lost 60 pounds, never going back, because SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs, unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Sleep falling short? Visit Mattress Firm today. Their sleep experts will find you the right bed at an unbeatable price during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Listener appreciation.
Our RamosLaw.com texters always answer the bell.
Mentorship. You can't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
And words of wisdom.
Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
It was coordinator day yesterday at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. We heard from Vance Joseph. We heard from Davis Webb. Heard from Darren Rizzi as well. You'll hear some of that, but let's start with VJ Stoke. It's Will Peterson in for Mike Evans. Did you catch any of VJ's presser yesterday?
No, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, he ripped the Broncos pretty good. Let's not waste any time. He was asked about that Packers first drive. I thought it was a really insightful answer, but if you listen closely, he called him out. Here's Broncos DC Vance Joseph.
That first drive was kind of twofold. You know, for me, I didn't think our approach, in my opinion, was unengaged and a little bit lazy, right? It wasn't the right approach, even in pregame. So I felt that. So that was the first lesson. The second lesson is, I think the 2 games, you know, what we've played here, we've seen how offenses see us, right? So lots of boots, lots of misdirection, outside runs more often than not, match protection passes, quick game, you know. Teams don't want to lose first down because if they do lose first down, our rush kind of comes alive. So I think that game was an example of what is coming in the future. You know, how teams see us. Run game wise, pass game wise, winning first down with quick game, boots, you know, outside runs more often than inside runs. So to me, it was a great lesson on both ends of when we play, it's a standard, and I want to see it all the time. And obviously how teams see us. And in 2 weeks, we've seen that kind of trend that way.
Really interesting answer. A lot to unpack. Let's start with the first part. What do you make of VJ calling the Broncos defense unengaged and a little bit lazy, calling them out?
Yeah, I love it.
Good.
You know, they could have had a turnover there on the second play, and so it could have looked a lot different. And then you had a penalty in there, so you know they converted some third downs. I like it. I think it's good for this defense to be humbled. I think it's good for them to be called out. You know, everything's been so good. Everybody's been telling them how, you know, they're going to be this great unit, and they carried the football team last year, and they should be better this year. And you go to Atlanta, and you just roll through Atlanta, you know, on the road, great game. Now you're coming home, you kind of expect to do the same thing. So it's good to be humbled a little bit. Good for your coach to call you out, like, hey, guys, this is what we're going to see all year, so buckle up. Like, we got to be better at these things. And then I think, you know, some of it was self-inflicted. You know, blown assignments, just not all being on the same page, little things like that. So I actually think it's a positive for this defense to be humbled a little bit and, like, reset itself with a couple weeks left to go in the season. I'd rather them do it last Friday than, you know, Monday night against KC in the opener.
It's the time to learn lessons, for sure. There's no doubt about it. I just think two things here. First of all, it shows the type of respect and power VJ has in that locker room, because there's 64 coordinators in the NFL. Not all 64 can just go up there and rip their unit. They just can't. The head coach is that much more powerful. They haven't earned that respect, but VJ has earned that respect. And I'm sure Sean Payton didn't blink at that, because what did Sean Payton do after the game? He ripped the Broncos. He was unhappy as well, even with a couple of days to stew on it. VJ called him lazy and unengaged. And he said he even noticed that in the pregame.
Yeah.
So I think, to your point, dudes were reading their press clippings, rolled into Empower Field at Mile High. They are feeling good, and they just think they're going to roll out there and Green Bay is going to go 3-and-out. Well, the problem is you got a top 10 offense playing the number one guys on the other side, and they marched down the field for, what was it, a 12-play, 63-yard touchdown drive.
Yeah.
That can't happen. And it's much better for it to happen in a game that doesn't count than in Arrowhead Stadium, where the place is already going to be loud. And if Mahomes and Kelsey go score a touchdown and you're down 7-0, that's a tough hole to dig out of in that environment on the road.
Yeah, and I think, you know, hey, they weren't engaged. I could tell in pregame, you know, did you really? Or did you just see something and now you can really put them on blast? So now, hey, look, guys, I could tell in pregame y'all weren't ready to go. You know, even if that wasn't the case, you just say it to bring it to their attention. Y'all need to come to the stadium more focused and be ready to go. Or we're gonna look like a bad defense. So again, good to happen in a preseason game rather than a regular season game. And you know, sometimes those learning lessons can be positives moving forward, and hopefully that's the case here with the defense.
And that was the first part of the answer. What about the second part of the answer, Stoke, where he basically mentioned that in the first two preseason games, both the Packers and the Falcons have used a lot of boots, a lot of misdirections, try to keep the Broncos off guard. He said if opposing teams, quote, lose first down, then Denver's pass rush can come alive. He's not wrong, and the longest third down Green Bay faced on that whole drive was only 5 yards. You know, they never had a 3rd and 13, a 3rd and 9. They had 3rd and 5. That was it. That was their longest third down. They had 1 4th down they converted as well. What do you make of that? Because while the ripping is going to be the headline, I thought the substance of the answer was really in the middle. These teams are attacking this Broncos defense in a specific way with those misdirections, with those boots.
Yeah, outside runs, quick game. Well, you know, you got to be ready to, you know, defend that. And so I think, you know, he knows, because they got a elite pass rush, and teams don't want to be behind the sticks. So you're going to just try to stay on schedule as much as possible and not get behind the sticks. Now, sometimes that's easier said than done, but yeah, I mean, that's what you're going to see. And, you know, it didn't look good last Friday night.
No.
And you look at the you know, when you say, hey, they weren't engaged, and you know, you could tell in pregame, and then you look at the mistakes they made, you're jumping off sides on 3rd and 5. I mean, come on. You can't do that. You're getting a pass interference call on Snad on I think 1st and 19 or 2nd and 19. I mean, you can't have that. And then you just blow a coverage there and let the running back, you know, walk in for a touchdown. Can't have that. So
I don't like it.
No, I don't either. But again, I think it could be it's a good thing when it happens. and it happens in preseason, and you have a couple weeks to fix it.
Yeah, and the task for the Broncos defense, and we'll get to this a little later in the show, is how much they play against the Vikings. All these people, the second game's got to be the dress rehearsal. Why? You play your final preseason game August 28th. Look at a calendar. Your first regular season game's not till September 14th. I know Sean Payton threatened to play him 3 quarters when he was all ticked off on Friday night after the game. I would not be surprised if the starters get at least a half.
Oh, what are we doing?
Why?
You don't play for 2.5 weeks, Stoke.
I don't care. I'm out. No, tapped out.
Well, I'm excited.
I'm done.
I'm excited to have that debate with you and Mark a little later on. Speaking of the coordinators, Davis Webb, his first game calling plays for Bo Nix. How did he think his QB did? You'll hear that coming up next.
Bo Nix is back. 2 surgeries, months of rehab, and Friday night he walked onto the field and made it look easy.
Let's go!
Sean Payton liked what he saw. So did Broncos country. But is it enough to quiet any concern heading into the season? Or do we need to see more? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
As summer comes to an end, many families are getting back into routines. Kids are heading back to school, calendars are filling up again, and maybe you're starting to think about what's next. This is actually a great time for a financial check-in. Stoke here for my friends at Cajun Wealth. One thing I've learned is that financial success isn't just about having investments. It's about making sure your investments, taxes, and estate plans are all working together. That's exactly what Cajun Wealth's family office is designed to do. One coordinated team focused on helping you build a strategy around your goals, your family, and your future. When life changes, your financial plan shouldn't be left behind. Cajun Wealth helps keep everything aligned as your needs evolve. If you're ready for a more coordinated approach, you can visit my friends at Cajun Wealth at TrajanWealth.com, or you can give them a call. 1-855-TRAJAN1. That's 855-TRAJAN1. They have offices in Broomfield, Greenwood Village, and Loveland. Cajun Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Cajun Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-646-5959. That's 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959.
Welcome to Whatever Bank, where we succeed in doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, hi. I normally get paid on Fridays. Is there any way I can get my direct deposit sooner?
Oh, you're serious?
You don't have to bank like that. Make the switch to KeyBank and get access to eligible direct deposits up to 2 business days early with Early Pay.
So it is possible.
Learn more at key.com/earlypay. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
As Coloradans, we know how important it is to protect our homes. And unfortunately, wildfires are a reality here. It's Zach, and that's why I trust 50-80 Exteriors, a 2-time President's Club winner offering Class A fire-rated products designed to help protect your home. Thinking about upgrading your outdoor living space? Now's the time. Purchase a new deck during the month of August and get free solar railing lights. No payments and no interest until 2027 for qualified buyers. 50-80 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
There's a difference between the cameras you buy at Home Depot and the cameras Vantage installs. Consumer cameras give you a grainy silhouette. Vantage cameras can read a license plate at the end of your driveway with full color night vision, 24/7 recording, and no monthly subscription fees, so you never miss a thing. Invest in real security for your home. Schedule a free Vantage Threat Zone Analysis report for your property. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit VSSIColorado.com today.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today by my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of, and he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Denver's going places. Groove Toyota, the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver metro, keeps you moving. Choose from over 200 pre-owned vehicles. 40 priced under $15,000, 15 priced under $10,000. GrooveToyota.com. Plus, Groove Toyota has more than 100 used Toyotas, including Toyota Certifieds with full warranties available. Move it or lose it before the best are gone. Pre-owned vehicles under $10,000 won't last. GrooveToyota.com. Start here, go anywhere. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BUILD to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUILD to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BUILD to borrow up to $10,000.
KKFN and KKFN HD1, Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth.
Guess who's back?
Bo Nix is back.
Again.
2 surgeries, months of delusional confidence.
I'm tougher than Mark.
Strong detective work.
Something was way off with him, like some kind of bad gummy bear or something. I don't know. It was just
gummy bear.
And personal hygiene.
Holy Moses. You guys excited about showering.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We heard from Vance Joseph in the previous segment. Broncos defensive coordinator Davis Webb also took the podium yesterday. Hear from him in just a moment. In the meantime, want to remind you, do you think you know the NFL better than everyone else? Prove it. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fans NFL Survivor Challenge is here for the 2026 season. Each week, pick one team to win their game. If your team wins, you survive to the next round. And if they lose, you're out. Here's the catch. You can only use each team once all season long. Choose wisely. Free to enter, and the last fan standing will win $2,500. Head to DenverSports.com/survivor to join today. It's Will Peterson
I
in
like
for
Mike
Evans.
Survivor pools.
Yeah,
that's
fun.
That's about the only thing I can manage to do anymore. I can't do fantasy football because I don't look at the waiver wire and stuff. I'm not on it. And the win-loss one every week, I'll forget a week or two, but the Survivor one, that's fun. I like doing that. You just pick one, you're done, easy, simple. I'm not reading too much into it. And I usually do pretty good, but last week I think I lost in the second week of the season, and it's just oh, dang, that's it. That's a wrap.
You're done.
But it's fun. I do like doing the Survivor pool. That's cool that we're doing that.
It is very cool, and $2,500, of course, nothing to sneeze at. Someone will walk away with that prize. So it's Will Peterson in for Mike Evans. We've got a tweet from Mike himself at JV Takes. He's not slinging crypto. It's a legitimate, real tweet. We'll save it for when Mark gets in here on the other side.
I got a little I didn't even know he was going to be out today, by the way. Okay, so and I got a little bit of not an issue with him, but it was just a little bit of a head scratcher what he was asking me for.
Mm.
So I'll bring it up when Mark is here at 7. Also, after you read his tweet.
Sounds good. He really didn't tell you? You walked in here this morning, expect to see him, not me?
Yeah.
Maybe Mike Evans isn't that nice of a guy.
You walked in, you said, "What's up, Scrappy?" You didn't seem all shocked or anything.
Well, because when I was here way before you. And
you got to be here at 5:58.
No, I'm saying
I was
that
on
to
time.
Say, no, I'm not bashing you.
Okay.
Don't get so sensitive.
It sounded that way.
So, no, but when I was here, Johnny Simmer walked in. He's like, Evans isn't here. So he told me. And I was like, oh, who's filling in? He said, Will. So I knew you were going to be here at that point. But I'm like, I didn't know that Mike wasn't going to be here.
Well, he has explained himself in his tweet. So we will read that coming up at 7. So
I can't wait.
He's not sleeping in. He's still up nice and early. He's just doing something.
Well, the
different.
old men, they can't sleep in. And his body is tuned in to wake up at 3:45, 4 o'clock. So even when if you could sleep in a little bit, you can't. That's what happens when you get old, Will.
Yeah, this is pretty. I mean, I think even most old men can sleep till 7.
I don't know about. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Well, when your body clock is set the way Mike's body clock is
right,
set, that's fair.
You go to bed early and then you just wake up early. You can't sleep past 6 o'clock.
Okay. All right.
I'm just telling you. You'll see when you get. How old are you?
36.
Yeah. Jeez.
And for the record, I was not here at 5:58. I was sitting in this chair by 5:51. So I was.
Well, why'd you
doing
say
my part.
5:50? I didn't say that. You did.
Because you made it sound like I was late, and I said you're not late if you're here by 5:58.
Right. No, you were here before that.
If you're here at 6:01, that's when we got issues. Don't get all scared sitting in here by himself hearing the music.
I'd start getting really nervous.
Getting us in and out of segments. Davis Webb hit the podium yesterday. What did he think of Bo Nix's preseason debut?
I thought he did a really good job. Like we kind of talked about, get back to those fields, and he handled that really good. He's really efficient, good communicator in the huddle, in and out, was accurate with the football. I think he has one play he would like to have back, but through 2 drives and almost being, 8-9 months since the last time he's played, it's pretty good.
Good communicator, getting in and out of the huddle. Looked good first time in 8 months on an NFL field. Not to put you on the spot, but what do you think the one play Bo
what
wanted
I was thinking.
back?
That's what I was just looking at the play-by-play, and I'm like, one play that he would like to have back. Wow. I mean, okay, I'll throw this out there because I did the Telestrator Tuesday on Bo and broke down all his passes yesterday. Would it be the Waddle play?
If he leads him a little bit more, is that a
touchdown?
touchdown?
Get to Waddle quicker, and it's a touchdown, and lead him. Even though it's a completion, and we're like, great job, Waddle, Bo, nice job. It could have been I don't know what yard line they were on. They were on the
well, they got 35 on the
40. They were on the 40.
So they went to the opponent's 25.
Right, so, it could have been a 60-yard touchdown.
Right.
And as a quarterback like Bo, you want the 60-yard touchdown, right? I mean, that's what you want. You don't want to all of a sudden sit there like, oh, now we got 1st and 10, at the 35 or 25. You want to finish that with a touchdown. So that might be the play because, you have it set up. It's our 3rd down play. You get the coverage that you want. It's man-to-man on Waddle. He makes a nice move, and if you put the ball out there quicker and out in front of him, it's a Waddle's going to be doing the waddle. He's going to be doing the waddle.
Yep.
Waddle. Is he going to do the waddle this year?
Scotty Gange asked him if he was going to do the waddle.
He kind of said,
nope. He's going to come up with something new. The waddle may have been a Miami thing. May come up with a new touchdown dance here in Denver.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I mean, that's fine. But he would have been doing whatever. We would have got it unveiled.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We would have seen it.
So, because I'm trying to think about, go back through all the ones, and, there wasn't one that I say, well, this guy was wide open, and you just missed him. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
No, I went 6 of 9, and I didn't think any of the 3 incompletions were egregious.
Right. I thought, maybe one he could have thrown a check down, but it's like, I'm fine with him just kind of throwing it out of bounds. They were trying to take a shot. It's kind of covered up, and he just kind of threw it out of bounds. And I was fine with that. So I really do think it's a Waddle one.
I do,
That
too.
would be you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and real quick, here was Davis Webb. Did he tell Bo to push the ball down the field?
Just it's week to week, how you want to kind of sequence your first 12 to 15 plays and what do you want to do on the next drive and then in the next group. So right now we're just kind of running our install plays, and that kind of fits the defense we're playing, then we'll throw that in there. But I thought he delivered it with a lot of conviction downfield.
So that kind of contradicts. I thought he delivered it with a lot of conviction down the field.
Yeah, conviction down the field. I mean, he wasn't scared to throw it down the field. He was just a little bit late on that one.
A little late. That's how you read it. If he had gotten that ball there a little earlier, Waddle was gone.
Oh yeah, he's just a little bit late. He started looking left, and by the time he got to the right, he was just a little bit slow with the progression. And he could have thrown it to Pat Bryant running across the field on a crossing route, and that looked like where his eyes were at first. And then he just went right to Waddle. So just got to be quicker on to Waddle there. I thought he was. Everything he did, he looked patient in the pocket. His feet looked good, and there wasn't a lot of hesitation there. So, for his first drive coming off the surgery, A+.
All right, sounds good. Stoke and Mark got a lot to catch up on. We'll hit that coming up next.
Guess who's back? Bo Nix is back. 2 surgeries, months of rehab, and Friday night he walked onto the field and made it look easy. Let's go! Sean Payton liked what he saw. So did Broncos country. But is it enough to quiet any concern heading into the season? Or do we need to see more? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I was looking forward to working with the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic because I'd heard so much good things about them. But then in the process of getting to know them, I talked about low testosterone, and then I got checked, and my T levels were a little on the low end. I got set up on a personalized treatment plan, and now here we are a few years later feeling great. So I'm really glad I'm here to talk to you about Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and low testosterone and its symptoms and how and what Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic does. And that is treat low T and other hormonal issues using their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, GLP, PDA, and more. Symptoms of low T include getting tired early, not sleeping great, unproductive workouts, feeling sad or depressed, losing some of that sex drive. Low T does not age discriminate. Older or younger, be better. Let Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic help. Schedule a consult for just $99. Meet with a Colorado licensed medical provider. Start low T treatment that day. Your entire office visit is free. 5 locations to better serve you. Fort Collins, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs included. Call 720-440-7900 and at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
If you were affected by recent hailstorms, Denver Roof Pros has helped Front Range homeowners for over 10 years.
Call Denver Roof Pros before you file a claim.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com.
Shop Honda keeps car buying simple. One price, one person, 1 hour means no games, no back and forth, and no dealer handling fees ever. Upfront pricing and one dedicated advisor who handles everything from start to finish. It's straightforward, stress-free, and honestly the way car buying should have always been. At Shop Honda, the experience is just as good as the vehicle you're driving home. Discover the Shop Honda difference for yourself. Visit Shop Honda today, proud partner of the Dover and Cecil Show.
Most home sellers get one offer, and it's never enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard offers, you don't get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors all competing for your home. Here's how it works. An Orchard agent submits your home to their exclusive network of local cash buyers. They compete to buy your home. You choose the winner. No repairs, no showings, no settling. Get started with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
I'm Galen, co-founder of Brooklyn SolarWorks. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I get unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything we buy to run our solar business gives us cash back that we put back into the neighborhood, donating solar panels to community gardens.
Chase Inc. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Are you stuck in rush hour traffic? You may be entitled to $1 sliders and fries at Arby's. Contact Arby's, and Arby's for more info about $1 sliders and fries between 2 and 6 p.m. with the purchase of any regularly priced food item only at participating Arby's.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Usually when something sounds way too good to be true, it is. Imagine someone says you can cut your mobile bill in half. Sounds like a fantasy, but with Xfinity Mobile, it's the real deal. Because when you have Xfinity Internet, you can cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. That's a whole lot of streaming, sharing, scrolling, and whatever else you can do with your phone. All for half the price and none of the commitment. That means you'll save big over Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. Now, all you have to do is think about how you'll spend all that extra money. Call them at 1-800-XFINITY or go to xfinitymobile.com or visit a local Xfinity store to switch today. Restrictions apply. Savings compares to one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans of T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees extra, $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only after 12 months. Regular rates apply.
Sleep falling short? Visit Mattress Firm today. Their sleep experts will find you the right bed at an unbeatable price during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
KKFN and KKFN HD1, Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth. Delusional confidence.
I'm tougher than Mark.
Strong detective work.
Something was way off with him, like some kind of bad gummy bear or something. I don't know. It was just
gummy bear. And personal hygiene.
Holy Moses. Guy's excited about showering.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, Mark Schlereth joins us now. Will Peterson in for Evans. You two have a lot to catch up on between Parking Gate and Mark's eventful day, so I will give you guys the floor.
Parking Gate, yeah.
So
I saw some guy shoot a video and send it to us on social media. So, I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went in like in full investigative mode. So,
I did a video.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a video. I didn't see that video, by the way, but I did do a video. I went over there, did a video, so I started all the way on the left. I was working my way up to where I parked at the very end, right? And so you start on the left, and they are like big, tall signs with a little sign on it, 2-hour parking, a little sign deal. Right. And then the next one, they have a sign, look over there, same thing. Get to the last one where I parked. Looks just like the 2-hour parking one, but it does say 15 to 20-minute parking, loading, unloading.
Oh.
It does.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'll take that L. Asterisk on it, it is a little bit too high up.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be a little bit lower, so like when you pull in, you can see it. It's not like 10 feet up in the air.
Right.
No excuses, no explanations. Do your job.
I am making some excuses here. I said I'd take the L. And see, you need to let people know a little bit easier that, hey, this is loading, unloading, not just one little sign.
Right, right.
So
I got caught up in L.A. like that. I got a parking ticket in L.A. for
parking on the street, and the parking sign was in a bunch of tree branches. You could not see it. So I ended up taking a picture of it, and like, how can you hold me accountable when you guys haven't trimmed the trees and you cannot see this? I mean, you got
to climb the tree.
Right. But I did. I got it reversed.
Yeah.
They took away the parking ticket. So anyhow, but yeah, that signage. Sometimes
it was there.
It was there, but it wasn't.
But it all looks the same. And I do have a video I'll show y'all during the break. So that was my activity after the show yesterday. I did go do some investigative reporting.
All right.
And Evans, so I got to bring this up, though. So because I didn't even know Evans wasn't going to be here today. He does this charity thing every year for his wife's work or something.
Yeah.
I guess
charity golf tournament he hosts.
Yeah, he's the auctioneer of it or something. And so he asked me, just kind of in passing, he's like, hey, do you have any extra memorabilia?
Yeah.
And I'm like
he asked me the same thing. Like, you got memorabilia just scattered around your house.
Right. Like, what do you want? Like, you want one of my Super Bowl rings?
Yeah.
You want, like, my Super Bowl jersey? What do you mean, do I have extra memorabilia? Like, what are you even, like, talking about? So he asked you, did you get him anything?
No, I didn't. I did not get him anything. We still have most of our stuff in, like, storage from our New York trip. Before or after I got fired, we haven't unpacked a bunch of stuff from that. And I'm not a collector of stuff. I have my shoulder pads and helmet from our Super Bowl. I have that stuff from the Super Bowl, and I've got a couple Super Bowl jerseys. The 3 I played in. Beyond that, I don't have, and I have some game balls. Like,
I mean,
I'm
so
not
what is
giving
he
you
like?
a game
What is
ball.
no? I know. What does he want? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just a weird ask. I don't think I've ever had anyone ask me, "Do you have any like memorabilia laying around downstairs?" I mean, if I do, guess what?
It's on the wall.
Yeah, but it's like it's mine. It's like it's my stuff. I don't want to give it away for some auction for your wife's company.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
but somebody pays $250
right,
for something like what are your game balls?
Oh, I got a game ball from Stokley. The Bengals catch for $100. Like, wait, what?
Right.
I mean, that's going to cover their drinks out there. So
here's what I ended up doing.
Like, what do you?
I did this for him last year, and I just called him this morning because I completely forgot. Because like you said, the request was just so stupid. Like, I don't have anything laying around the house, Mike. I'm sorry. But what I did was I called him this morning and go, hey, let's do like a live auction. And I did it last year. I said, hey, man, you can come in here to the studio. We can go somewhere, have lunch, whatever. And, I'll walk you through some film study stuff and kind of getting prepped for a game. And so somebody bought that, and they brought their high school son in who was a really good player and was going to go Division I. And played defensive end, and so we sat and watched not only some NFL film, but we watched him and his high school tape and kind of broke some things down as far as being a pass rusher and defending the run. And we spent probably an hour and a half just looking at film together, and that was really cool. And the father and the son who came loved it, and so I said,
"Oh, that's
if you
awesome.
want to do that,
That's really
let's
cool
do
of
that."
you to do. I mean, this guy's working with a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and he's in high school. That's a pretty damn good price. That honestly is better than a game ball, because the 16, 17-year-old kid got some hands-on advice from you,
right?
Yeah,
and you could tell he was a really good player, like a really good player, and he was, I think he had like CSU and a couple other schools that were like, I think he was a incoming senior for last season. So yeah, he was a really good player, and it was a cool afternoon. I enjoyed it because I'm just
film.
I'm just kind of a junkie that way.
Yeah. So I mean, but what people do, or they say, hey, can you get Peyton to sign something, for the auction, or something like that, right? I'm like, and usually if I like you, I'll say, yeah, I can try. We'll see.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
yes.
Not your boy Peyton Watson.
Right.
Just
yeah,
wanted to clarify.
Yeah. Not my guy Peyton Watson.
Yeah.
No one's ever asked me for a Peyton Watson autograph for their charity event.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I can try. We'll see whenever I run across him or whatever. And they usually, I was like, just get the football for me.
Yeah.
I mean, but Evans just like nothing. Hey, do you got any memorabilia in your basement? Just check, and if you have something, that would be great. I'm like, what kind of ask is that? I was just so confused. I've never had anyone ask me to go down in my basement and look for some of my memorabilia that, you know, from my playing career, just to, like, oh, if you have anything laying around there, yeah, maybe those Super Bowl gloves. I mean, you don't need those anymore.
By the way, you know, you walked into the Broncos facility when you were a player, going to the locker room, and on the right-hand side was the training room doors, and then you took another 10 steps, and it's the locker room doors, and across from the locker room doors was the mail. And you had the mail slots. And I used to get my mail all the time, and you know, Stokley sees me out there. I'll sign. I sign autographs all the time, like whatever you want to send me. And I would always wait for a couple of weeks, and then I'd pull all the mail out, and I'd sit in the training room with eyes on my knees, and I would get the same thing constantly. Hey, Stink, we think you're a great player. La da 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 da. Awesome. Can you get TD or can you get John Elway to sign these cards for me? And I would they would literally send me a letter, and there would be none of my cards in there. It would just be TD and Elway cards. So I got a whole stack of TD and Elway cards at my house because I'm like, pound sand, loser. I'm not getting those guys to sign this for you.
Oh, they were using you as the messenger.
Yeah, because they probably sent them to Elway and TD.
And those guys aren't opening it because they get thousands and thousands of letters of mail.
Well, Mike Evans did tweet from @JVTakes. While I would love to be with Mark Schlereth and be Stokley 14, this is a nice consolation prize. emceeing charity golf event for Partner Colorado Credit Union. Beautiful at Arrowhead Golf Course.
That picture is gorgeous.
It's stunning. And you made a good point. We would love to be there.
Yeah, put us out there. Put us out there. Let's do the show live from there, and then right after the show, we just tee off.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I love Arrowhead.
Yeah, that's kind of selfish on his part.
Yeah, a little
Very
selfish.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
I'm happy to be here in the meantime. Happy to be with you, Stink. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, you were getting surgery.
Yeah.
While we were on the air, and I think you're all good now. Getting there.
Yeah. We had Stokley was asking me about it yesterday, and as soon as I got off air yesterday, I got the phone call, got jammed into to the urologist, Colorado Urology, unbelievable. Got right in and got my. I think they came up with. I think I've had from the surgery and the removal of the stent a urinary tract infection or some type of. So got on some
medicine.
I got on some antibiotics.
So good
and
job
I
by
feel
them.
Way better.
Getting you in, not making you wait a week after having surgery, and you're sitting there in pain. You can't even hardly function. I mean, so.
Yes.
Thank you for getting Mark in and taking care of Mark.
And Stokley just is like, let's get it done. So, the power of radio.
Yeah.
The power of Stokley, actually.
Bam! Stokley applied a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Davis Webb talked about Jalen Waddle and where he'll play in this offense. Said everywhere but one position. You'll hear the OC on the other side.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, you an experienced sheet metal worker looking for more than just a job, ready for a career? At Smart Local 9, we offer strong, reliable, family-supported wages, employer-paid health care with no out-of-pocket premiums, and a dependable retirement with both a pension and 401k so you can retire with dignity. Learn more at smw9.com. Experience the strength of collective bargaining with Smart Local 9 Sheet Metal Workers Union. Visit them once again at smw9.com. That's smw9.com. Smart Local 9, where pride meets your future.
Classic case of you already know something really well, but, it helps to get another little reminder. That happened with Silterhar Motors last week at their charity golf tournament led by General Manager Greg Larson. You see it, you feel it, the togetherness, the camaraderie. It helps explain their success, 66 years of leading the way when it comes to selling cars in Colorado. Get introduced to Silterhar Motors. Perfect time with the Ford Summer Sales Event happening right now. F-150, Bronco, Explorer, and Ranger, all at 0% financing. No payments for 90 days. days, thousands of cash back across the lineup. Not ready for new? No problem. Siltahar has a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Everyone expected, warranted, backed by a 5-day exchange. Don't love it? Swap it, no questions. Locally and family-owned, 4 dealerships in one. Ford, Lincoln, Volvo, and Mazda, Colorado since 1960. A community dealership treating customers like neighbors. The Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now. Shop online at sthmotors.com. Get out there this weekend, conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors, get everything you want out of a dealership.
Summer should be a time of joy for children, but Wish kids often miss out due to their illness, creating a dark chapter during a time that should be filled with sunshine and memories. A wish from Make-A-Wish Colorado can change everything for these children, giving them the strength and hope they need to persevere in their fight against critical illness. My name is Carrie Fletcher. I'm part of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Today, Alpine Bank hopes you'll decide to make a life-changing impact in the life of Colorado Wish kids by supporting Make-A-Wish Colorado. There are currently more than 450 Colorado kids with critical illnesses who are waiting for a life-changing wish, and 110 more kids will be diagnosed this summer. You can help make their wishes come true. Visit wish.org/Colorado to help Make-A-Wish Colorado grant some memorable wishes this summer.
You want to know why Mike Evans never made it to the big leagues? He couldn't hit the curveball. Well, I've got a curveball for you. For over a half-decade, we've been bringing you the best free meal in Denver every first and third Thursday at E Hills Church from 4 to 6 p.m. It's all about that delicious free barbecue and a trunk load of free groceries for anyone that needs it. You just pull up and you pop the trunk. No questions asked. Now, here's the curveball. We're changing the times just a little bit. From now on, all that delicious pulled pork, smoked chipotle chicken, and every once in a while, beef brisket will be served from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Same great food, same great groceries every first and third Thursday, just 30 minutes earlier, 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. If you have any questions, just feel free to call us at 303-LAW-4040. In fact, you should save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303-LAW-4040.
The Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sales now through Labor Day. Buy the first tree at regular price and get a second tree for only 50 cents. Choose from thousands of carry-out size shade trees, flowering trees, evergreen trees, and more. Buy one 6-foot-tall Austrian pine tree for $399.50 and get another tree for only 50 cents. That's 2 10-gallon trees for $400. Now through Labor Day. Come see.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Reese Davis here. When the pressure's on, you find out who's ready and who's not. Same goes for the job site. The work doesn't slow down when conditions get tough, and you need tools that can finish strong.
That's why DeWalt tests its tools under real-world conditions that push even the best to their limit. Only then does a tool earn the DeWalt badge. They're built to perform again and again, like they did on the first use. DeWalt, guaranteed tough. Available at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Winning football teams have a playbook. Winning businesses? They've got Robert Half. Because when your star player's out or the workload blitzes, you need the right move fast. That's where Robert Half's specialized recruiters, together with their award-winning AI technology, step in, matching companies with skilled contract talent across finance, tech, legal, and more. It's depth on your bench. It's keeping the drive alive. Visit roberthalf.com/talent. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Food critiques.
I love chicken. I hate chicken salad.
What?
If you put chicken salad in front of me, I'd gag.
Hard-hitting analysis.
I took an Ambien on accident before practice, and that's what he looked like out there.
And some constructive criticism.
Reminded me of the show that Mike had yesterday. Just a little off, not completely there. You were like, Mike, are you going to take control of this show? Like, how many times did you say that yesterday?
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, having a lot of fun here on this Wednesday. It's Will Peterson in for Evans, hanging out with Stoke and Stink. And fellas, Davis Webb met with the media yesterday. We chatted in the 6 o'clock hour a little bit, his thoughts on Bo Nix. I want to get back to that, but in the meantime, Jalen Waddle, I think, made one of 2 plays of the game against the Packers.
Obviously that, and then the R.J. Harvey 21-yard touchdown from Bo Nix as well. Here was Davis on getting that explosive play from the Broncos' shiny new toy.
I'm glad he got an explosive. I'm glad he got a touch early in the first drive. That was definitely the goal going into the game. They played man-to-man, and he got Xavier, which I can say that because he's an old teammate. So that was fun. But it was cool to see his response to the fans, his response to the end zone with, like, the posters going up, Miles on the scoreboard, like he was in awe. So I'm glad he got to experience that before we get going.
We're giving Miles a shout-out. I love it. The crowd was very good there on Friday night. Mark, What did you see on that Waddle play, and how critical was it indeed to get him an explosive play, even though it was only the preseason?
Yeah, no, I think it's always one of those things. I mean, when you start breaking down what an explosive creates, it's really hard to score in this league without an explosive play in a drive. And each explosive play, 20-plus yard passing plays, equate to about 3 points per drive if you break it all down. And so it's just not only that, but it's just another one of those things that everybody has to think about, right? Every team that you play, and if you're going to go man-to-man on Waddle and you see him get that free release, which is great design by Davis Webb, free release out of that bunch, but how quickly he closes ground, how quickly he gets on the toes of the DB, and how quickly he gets out, in and out of breaks. Sean Payton always says it's not just about your ability to run fast, but it's your ability to stop fast and then change direction fast. And that dude has he has got all those things, all those skill sets. So really cool. And, we were talking about it yesterday, Will, and we came up with the thought process is, like, you talk about a wide receiver room with the addition of one dude and a running back room with the addition of one dude and Jonah Coleman, how much better you feel about this team offensively with the addition of two dudes went from, they're a good wide receiver room to, man, this is really a top, as Stokes said, top 6 wide receiver room yesterday.
Yeah, and then you look at, just Franklin, another year. He had a good year last year, solid year. He's going into his 3rd year now. Now you got Pat Bryant, hopefully ready to take that next step going into his 2nd year. So all of a sudden you look up and it's like, wow, that's a really good wide receiver room. Wow. We actually have some good depth behind J.K. Dobbins this year. You got Harvey going into his 2nd year also. So all of a sudden you get guys with more experience. You add a piece here, a piece there, and you upgrade your talent so much offensively just like that. They've done a really good job in that personnel department of upgrading the talent around Bo Nix.
So where will Jalen Waddle play this year primarily, inside, outside? Here was Davis Webb.
He's going to play everywhere. He's really, really good. He's going to play everything but O-line. He'll move around.
He said it in jest, everywhere but O-line, but I do think, Mark, this is a good example of, they say basketball has become more and more positionless. I think football, if you're an explosive great player, it's a little more and more positionless. You can really line this dude up anywhere.
Sure, and part of that is because not only as dynamic an athlete as he is, but and Stoke knows this better than I do. I mean, when you got a dude that can run every route on the tree and can, run in-cutting routes, out-cutting routes, comebacks, he can do everything. Like then it becomes like, well, how do we get him free releases? How do we get him, a great matchup that we want to get for him? Like there's all those opportunities. So you've got to be smart. The days of just lining up, you're the X all time, you're the Z all time, you're the F all time. It's changed, and to have that kind of versatility gives an offensive coordinator a lot of different options.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, he can be, inside the tight end position, right there, lined up next to McGlinchey or Bowles. He can be in the slot. He can be outside. He can be in the backfield. I'm sure they'll be using him that way. They'll be motioning him, giving him jet sweeps, and throwing him screens and all those different things. He brings that to the table. So he's one of those guys that a defensive coordinator has to game plan for. We got to find where this guy is every single play and know where he is because, he's a threat to go the distance every time, he gets the ball in his hands.
Well, and you mentioned that going the distance. You were fortunate enough to play with the late, great Demaryius Thomas. Walk us through that when you were on the field and you knew that bubble screen was coming at DT. Did you guys feel like if you got one block, you sprung him and he was gone?
Oh, absolutely. And you saw it in that Pittsburgh game. That first one with Peyton Manning when he took the screen to the house, and you saw a lot more of those. But Yeah, absolutely. When you got a home run hitter like that, it's just like give them a crease. That's all you have to do. Give them a little bit of an opening, and they'll do the rest.
And did you feel like, Mark, when you played, did you guys have anyone on those Super Bowl teams who sort of checked that box of if you get them the ball anywhere, whether it's on our own 30-yard line or the opponent's 30-yard line, they can take it to the house, or someone in Washington as well?
Yeah, I mean, I always played with guys. Gary Clark in Washington was, it was straight up speed and, and could crush people that way. TD was just a big play waiting to happen at all times. I think, Sharp, if you got Sharp on a matchup, because that guy, at Savannah State was a wide receiver who morphed into a tight end here and really kind of was at the forefront, kind of like Stokley in the slot, at the forefront of creating a different type of tight end, a tight end that was just not lined up as a blocker and catch a spot route over the ball at 8 yards. I mean, all of a sudden you were using Sharp in motion, getting him matched up on certain DBs or certain linebackers. And, when that was the case, man, Sharp is going to exploit you. So that guy was one of those dudes that if you got the proper matchup, man, they just couldn't cover him.
Yeah, I think Broncos fans are very excited to see how they utilize Jalen Waddle this year. And you bring up Troy Franklin, Stoke. We're not going to do fantasy football, but if you are playing fantasy football, I almost think you stay away from the Broncos receivers because there's too many of them.
Yeah.
There's so many mouths to feed. I don't know if there's one guy on this team you go, he's going to go for 120 yards and a touchdown every week, because it could be Waddle one week, it could be Sutton the next, it could be Franklin the next, it could be Mims the next.
Yeah, and
or Pat Bryant. I shouldn't have left him out too.
Because he was the first third wide in the game against the Packers. So, they're going to rotate those guys a lot, like they've been doing. You're not going to have one guy as a third wide. Sometimes we'll see Mims. What we do know is Waddle and Sutton, they're going to be on the football field. And then after that, they're going to be rotating guys. I think if you're looking at fantasy football, it's going to be hard to figure out who that third guy is going to be. And then even the top two guys, you're right, you're going to be spreading the ball around a lot all over the place. So I think looking at the Broncos skill guys, wide receivers, if you're looking at fantasy, and Cecil's better at that than I am, obviously, I would kind of stay away probably, unless you get a steal late.
Yeah.
You get Pat Bryant in the 11th round.
Yeah, or I would exactly, or one of the starters, and you could get a steal and get a good deal at some point in the draft. But other than that, you stay away from the Broncos because they just keep rotating those guys so much.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tricky of figuring out week in, week out who's going to be the guy. Dennis in Green Mountain says, Stokley, you should have signed the Weed Whacker and given that to Evans for his charity.
That would be great. Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Hey, by the way, you got any memorabilia? I don't know, just laying around down in your basement. No big deal, but if you do, I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be better if it was game used. Do you have any game used, memorabilia, something that is, and can you authenticate it before you give it to me? What are we talking about, Evans? Yeah, can you have it authenticated? Maybe head down to the authenticator. I don't know where the authenticator
Can't wait to
is.
see my game used jersey go for $25 at his charity auction with 20 people there. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
sure. Anytime, Mike.
Stokely, we raised $37 on your Super Bowl gloves.
Oh,
this is sad.
Man. Yeah, well, as the 50-58 points out, I think he's asking for like cleats or gloves, fellas. You guys got a bunch of cleats and gloves lying around?
Well, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
Stoke
I'm not
does.
giving him any of my cleats or gloves for his wife's work charity golf auction. Who would do that? I mean, it's like, no, it's just mine.
I don't think I have any gloves. I have one pair of cleats. I've got a pair of turfs that I wore in Super Bowl 26.
Okay.
And then I think I have the cleats. Here's how offensive linemen operate. I wore the same cleats in back-to-back Super Bowls. Like I didn't change my shoes.
From year to year.
Yeah, from year to year, I would have the same pair of shoes. I play in one pair of cleats for 3 years.
Wow!
All right, well,
my cleats get worn out.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because your feet are too quick.
He's a motor.
We play in the molded bottoms. The Cadillacs.
Yeah,
we want comfort.
In the meantime, how much should the Broncos starters play against the Vikings on Friday? We will debate that coming up next.
Guess who's back? Bo Nix is back. Again. 2 surgeries, months of rehab, and Friday night he walked onto the field and made it look easy. Let's go! Sean Payton liked what he saw. So did Broncos country. But is it enough to quiet any concern heading into the season? Or do we need to see more? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Cutarelli Vision. Made a great decision a few months ago. I got rid of my contacts forever because I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, and I can tell you firsthand, total game changer. So here's the story. I wore glasses growing up as a kid. When I hit my 30s, playing for the Broncos, had LASIK surgery. That was awesome. But when I hit my mid-50s, I needed readers for everything I was doing, studying film, reading the clips on a day-to-day as I was prepping to do a game, all those things. And I never seemed to have my glasses when I needed them, especially when my wife and I went out to dinner. Well, I don't need glasses anymore because I went to Dr. Cutarelli, who is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's the right time for you in RLE. I'm telling you guys, big time game changer. It was for me. It can be for you too. Cutarelli Vision. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Check them out for a free consultation at ColoradoRLE.com. That's ColoradoRLE.com.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Progressive knows when it's 3 a.m. and you can't sleep, your mind starts racing, asking the big questions.
Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the bottle? How come you never see baby pigeons? Am I breathing weird right now, or have I always breathed like this?
Progressive can't help with those questions. But if the question keeping you up at night is about your insurance, rest assured, we're here online when you need us, 24/7, 365.
But seriously, where are all the baby pigeons?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
What's going on, everybody? It's Philip Lindsay, and you know in football, trust is everything. You trust your teammates, your coaching staff, and the people who have your back, on and off the field. That's exactly how I look at buying jewelry. I've been shopping at Williams Jewelers for years because they're Denver born and raised, family owned, and they genuinely care about their customers. They're not just trying to make a sale. They're going to take the time to explain what you need to do and what you're getting ready to buy. Walk you through every step in detail so you feel comfortable about buying that diamond that you're looking for. I picked up rings, earrings, and gifts there for special people in my life. And I'll be honest with you, my wife loves everything I have brought home from Williams Jewelers. That makes me look really, really good. And football season is back, of course. And if you're thinking about making that big play for someone you love, do what I do. Go to the team you trust. Williams Jewelers even guarantees the best price in Colorado, guaranteed, like I said earlier, so you know you're winning. Stop by Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North or Inglewood and see why they've earned my trust. And let them know when you step through one of those beautiful doors that Philip Lindsay sent you.
Subtle intimidation.
Had to give Ty the look.
You did. I was
gave
wondering.
Ty a little bit of a like.
I was wondering what you were doing.
There's a little quizzical look.
Skill debating.
You didn't think I was going to flip it on your head like this. See
Yeah,
how I
you're
did
coming
that?
back at me. I
Right.
like this.
You
This is
regret
good.
this now.
And plenty of pet peeves.
Put your phone in your pocket and you never go back and get it. It is a source of so much frustration for Mark. It drives him crazy.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Easy.
All right, so while Mike Evans hangs out at the beautiful Arrowhead Golf Course, we are here in studio. It's Will Peterson with Stoke and Stink. Fellas, Friday night. I don't know if you guys are watching. But I'm watching because I'm working. I'm writing about it for DenverSports.com. It's like 10:30 p.m. Sean Payton was not a happy camper at the podium when he got up there after that Packers game. He was ticked. And he threatened to play. I thought it was a threat. Maybe a threat's too strong a word. Maybe a message. I'm going to play these guys 3 quarters. Now, that's heat of the moment reaction. He's upset. But what did you guys make of Sean Payton saying, I may play the starters 3 quarters against the Vikings?
Yeah, I mean, there's some hyperbole there, but it just is one of those things that you point out, like we came out and did not execute like I expected us to execute, and especially, once the starters left. Defensively, and I broke this down in Telestrator Tuesday yesterday, defensively, man, there was a bunch of mental mistakes. And like those things kill you. They keep drives alive. It's almost like, making an error in baseball. And you get extra at bats, right? You give the other team extra outs instead of 27. You're going to have issues, and that was what the Broncos did on the defensive side. I thought the starting offense was good. I thought Bo Nix was good, and that was exciting. But yeah, I'm sure he's pissed because as good as they were against Atlanta, they had those mental lapses, and you can't have that, Stoke.
No, you had blown assignments, and then you had dumb penalties, and then you're giving up plays. Right, so it's like threefold. I mean, that's not the standard of this defense. So yeah, he should be ticked off. But yeah, I think after the game, you're kind of ticked just because that's the strength of your team, and they come out and play like that. That's disappointing. But then you take a step back, and I think you reevaluate. So it will be interesting to see what they do. And Sean likes to play the guys, right? I mean, that's the way he rolls. And he's going to we got to get ready to play. And he's always kind of taking that stance of playing the guys. I wouldn't do it in this one, Will. I just think that, you're playing with fire here. I look up and the guy broke his ankle, the other game. This guy's out getting carted off. And I don't want to live in my fears here. But we're so close to the regular season, and this is a veteran team. They've been together, been in the same system. So it's not like they need extra work. They know what they need to do. And I just don't want to be unlucky in the last preseason game and look up and you lose, one of your linemen, for 6 weeks or for the year in a meaningless preseason game. Let's just get to the regular season. We're so close to it now. I don't want to play with fire here. That's my stance on this thing. I know you feel a little bit different, Will. You're giving me that face, that like weird Mike Evans face.
Well, let me give you some baby pushback. We're not that close. Sorry to break it to you. We're just not. They don't play till Monday, September 14th. This game is Friday, August 28th. You have 2.5 full weeks, Mark, between your final preseason game and the opener. And it's because Labor Day is the latest possible, and the NFL had to push everything back. I mean, the Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day, latest Super Bowl of all time, middle of February. I don't know, Mark. I think I would play these guys a half on Friday night just because 2.5 weeks is a long time between your final preseason game and your regular season opener.
So I would look at it, and there's 2 separate sides of the ball for me. Guys like Zach Allen, DJ Jones, Nick Bonito, Pat Surtain, Riley Moss, they don't need to play. Hufunga, I would take a bunch of my primetime starters on defense and say, hey, you guys, you know what? We know what you are, despite the issues and the mental mistakes. And one of the guys that had a bunch of mental mistakes to me was watching the film was Sternad. He'll play because you didn't earn that right yet. And then offensively, like the second game, and I'll give credit to Evans, even though I don't want to give credit to Evans, they did push the envelope of getting Bo kind of throwing the ball. I'd like to see them, the starting offense, have a series or 2 and just be, just operate the offense, not just about Bo's passing, but operate the offense. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And I will say this, I watched some Minnesota preseason, and Brian Flores and that defense, dude, they are unpredictable. Now, this may be a reason you don't play anybody, but they were playing the Giants, and maybe it's because Brian Flores doesn't like the Giants, and he felt like they shafted him. But they brought every blitz, every zone blitz stuff, regular blitz stuff. I mean, they simulated pressures. You name it, they were bringing it. Double it, walk up, A-gap with the twist. I mean, they did everything. And that's great work, but it's also one of those things you screw up one protection like the Giants did.
Yeah.
And you get your quarterback, stabbed in the chest with somebody's helmet. That's not good either. So
We don't want anyone near ball.
yeah, I would love to see them play a couple series, but Minnesota's a different animal on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm just out. It's like you can tell me 2.5 weeks, but yeah, if a guy has a high ankle sprain, guess what? He's not going to play. He's not going to play against Kansas City. So I just think that we have done enough here. We got Bo some good work. He looked great. The offense is looking much better. Defensively, okay, we got to clean up some stuff. That's fine. Those guys have played together for 3 years pretty much together. So they'll get it figured out, get back at practice, clean up what you need to clean up. And, it doesn't mean that you can't still practice hard and get work done at practice. I just don't want to lose a guy. I think when you're a veteran team like the Broncos, how much are you going to gain from one extra preseason game, from another 8 reps in a game? And so I'm looking at the risk reward here, and I don't think the reward outweighs the risk in this situation.
Yeah, it's really interesting because there's a bunch of teams now that don't play anybody. And then, Sean is Sean is almost an outlier.
What are you doing?
What happened there?
What are you doing?
Hitting buttons I'm not supposed to hit. My bad. But he was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
you almost gave me a heart attack.
And fumbled again and throws the headphones off. It wasn't that. I mean, Ty plays drops all the time. You don't react like that.
That one was fairly loud.
Yeah, it was.
That was Harland.
Right.
Fumble again.
That one caught me off guard.
Yeah. I totally understand where Stokes coming from, and there's a lot of teams that aren't going to play any of their guys, and I get that. Sean is old school. Sean, we've played our starting offense, minus Bo in the first game, but we played our starting offense in both the games, and a lot of our starting defense as well.
Well, so real quick, you know why a lot of coaches don't play their guys anymore, their starters? You know why? Anybody? Bueller? Because guess what? You can't win without your dudes.
Right.
You have to have your guys, your dudes, or you have no chance in the NFL. I don't care who you are as a coach. If you don't have your dudes and you lose a couple linemen all of a sudden, a couple old linemen, now you can't protect Matthew Stafford? Yeah, Sean McVay, becomes a lot more difficult to call plays. If you lose a quarterback or Christian McCaffrey, now all of a sudden Kyle Shanahan, things become a lot more difficult for you. So it's like you weigh the risk reward, and a lot of coaches now are just saying it's not worth the risk.
Yeah, but real quick on that, you love to say you can't live in your fears. Every time I'm on this show with you can't live in your fears. You can't live in your fears. Well, you want to put them all in bubble wrap.
This game.
Why?
Because I think you have, and every year's different. That's the way I look at it anyway. You have gotten enough accomplished already. Like we've done that.
They got their asses kicked by the Packers.
Not offensively.
Defensively,
right.
They did.
And I think that's a good thing. This defense has been together. What is a game going to do? So you want to play all those? You want to play Pat Surtain?
Yeah, I think you want to go into the regular season with a much better taste in your mouth and not your defensive coordinator calling you unengaged and lazy.
So you want to play Surtain? You want to play them all?
I would play them all,
Ooh.
and I would say go get a 3 and out, and I'll get you off the field.
Oh, yeah. Well, what happens if they give up a 10-play drive?
Right.
That's
how they did it in my day. Oh, you guys want to play that way? Oh, there is going to be punishment.
Oh, yeah. It was like Josh McDaniels. Never knew how many series you were going to go. It's like a hidden secret. They keep
Do your job and quit making up.
Body on the edge of their seats. Like you never knew, even for your bye week, you didn't know how many days off. It's like, but if you didn't play good heading into your bye week, now you're only going to get 2 days off.
But aren't you guys back in my day? Everything was better. So why do you not want the same standard applied to the 2026 Broncos? Because if you had to do it, you turned out just fine. You got what, 5 Super Bowl rings combined between the two of you?
Yeah, but it's different. When everybody was doing it from everybody's worn out, everybody's kind of beat up. It's different now. Everybody, now it's don't play anybody. You know, I don't believe in not playing anybody, but you know, it's hard to argue with the success of the Rams. They don't play anybody in the preseason, and they seem to be pretty good year in and year out. And to Stokes' point, man, you cannot win. There's a reason there are starters in this league and there are backups. And you can maybe weather one backup coming in and playing for you, but you can't have multiple guys on either side of the ball miss time and still be effective.
And the season's so much longer now. I mean, not so much. It's an extra week. And so I just think that you look at the grind of an NFL season, coaches, and all the amount of time and effort that these organizations put into keeping guys healthy and nutrition, all these things now. You know, back when we played, that wasn't really the case. It's like you eat whatever, you do whatever. But now they're so tuned in. They wear these catapult things, so they measure, you know, all their acceleration, all these different things to try to keep guys as healthy as possible, because teams know, organizations know that that's the most important thing. That's one of the biggest factors in winning and losing, is keeping our guys healthy and on the football field. And I just hate to lose a guy in a meaningless game, especially on a veteran team. Now, if you got a young team with a lot of young guys, and, you know, if this was 3 years ago, yeah, play them. Who cares? We stink. We're going to not be very good. Doesn't really matter. We got to get a lot of these guys experience. I don't need to see Zach Allen play. Why do I need to see Pat Surtain play? I don't need to see it. I just don't. So, but I understand. Like, hey, I understand where you're coming from. I just think it's a wrong approach this week.
I was just thinking about this. If they would have had catapult when I played, do you think I would have set like some type of all-time record for the least energy expelled in any practice? Like, I might have set a record for slow.
You would have been like, Diaz Infante.
Yeah.
I need you.
They'd be like,
where you at?
This guy's heart doesn't even hardly beat. What are we doing here?
So Sean Payton,
dead?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll meet with the media later today, his last media availability before the game. So you two have made your stances very clear. But now let me ask you another question. When Sean does get to that podium here in 6-7 hours, how much do you think he'll play the starters? Because he will announce today, would be my gut. And he was obviously ticked off on Friday. He's had a handful of days to cool down. What do you think ultimately the plan is, Mark? What's your gut? Does Bo play? Does he not play? Does PS2 play? Does he not play? Because I assume Sean will give us a peek behind the curtain this afternoon.
Yeah, my gut is I think I'm going to side with Stokley. I don't think they're going to play many guys. I think there'll be a few guys just because numbers, you've got to play a few guys. But I think that they're going to look at this like, man, we got to keep Bo healthy. We got to keep – I can't have Waddle pull up that calf or hamstring again. I got like Cortland. He's proven, you know, he's a proven veteran. I think you're going to see a lot of guys that are going to sit.
Wow. I'm torn here. I mean, I know how I want it, but I think Sean plays some of the guys. I think he plays them. I think he plays the offense. One series, maybe two. Defensively,
we're not in this death camp.
Right. I don't think that Riley Moss is going to play, obviously, with the ribs. But I think all those guys play. I think they play them, especially where they played last time. You know, whether it be one or two series, I think they do get out there and take the field and play.
Well, I hope they do, because it makes it a lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Well, and Brandon Stokley will be holding his breath the whole time.
That's obvious.
You know, we should get a whoop on him or whatever it's called.
Yeah, whoop, catapult.
Yeah.
Get him with the catapult.
No, I think
7:02. His heart's going to be pumping out of his chest, sitting on his couch. Oh no, Bo Nix is playing football.
Wow.
Is he going to be all right?
All right. That's cool.
All right, Will. Hey, air high five. Air knuckles.
Good job. I can take it.
We don't want anyone near Bo.
So, no, the catapult, I think, is when you're running and stuff. Whoop is just. That's just like you can have that on just resting heart rate.
Right. I'm saying you may go from 65 to 125 if you see Bo out there.
Well, yes, I will. Right. I mean, okay. Yeah. And hey, if someone gets hurt, okay, make sure you holler at me. Right.
I mentioned your 5 Super Bowl rings. The 58-24 says 6 if you count Stokely's cup of coffee with the Giants.
Yeah.
Did you get one, though? I didn't think you got one.
No, I didn't. But that's what they're saying. They're saying I should have got one.
How long were you with him?
I was with him for a few weeks. I had a catch. One catch.
Oh, you played in the game?
Yeah.
And he didn't get a ring.
Played in the game, had a catch.
Good for you, bud.
You should. Yeah, you definitely should have a giant Super Bowl ring.
I mean, Eli didn't go to bat for me.
Right.
I think he said no. I think they gave
At
we're going to leave it up to you, Eli. You know,
Yeah.
thumbs up or thumbs down. He gave me the.
And he was like, "Yeah,
My
but
best
he's
friend Peyton
no."
Manning.
He goes, "He's Peyton's. He's Peyton's boy. He's not my boy."
Right.
But that is a fun trivia question. How many players in the history of the NFL caught a pass from Eli Manning and Peyton Manning? You are on that list.
Ooh,
I am.
Wow.
Trying to think.
I was going to say, can you guys think of anyone else off the top of your
There
head?
might be a fullback out there or something. Is there a tight end? Trying to think of who else.
Tammy go or
I don't
somebody
think
like that?
Tammy ever went. That's what I was thinking about Tammy. I don't think Tammy ever went to the Giants because obviously
this
Eli
is-
spent his whole career
yeah.
with the Giants.
It's a great
There might be
trivia
a
question.
fullback out there that did it.
Spencer Larson.
Right.
Yeah,
Something like
something
that.
like that.
Spencer Larson. Spencer Larson. That was he slipped on the floor of the first game against Cincy when I had that tip pass.
Yeah.
And because it was slippery with the cleats, couldn't play in the game. It's a bad way not to be able to play in a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, it is.
My leg!
Coming out of the locker room and slipping or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going through the list, the guys who played for the Colts and the Giants. Of course, we'd have to do Broncos and Giants as well. And one of the only notable names on here is Brandon Stokley. Although, here's another one, Hakeem Nicks. Hakeem Nicks appears to have caught passes from both Peyton Manning and Eli Manning.
Hakeem Nicks he played for the Colts?
2014. Oh, so Peyton would have been gone.
Well, yeah.
My bad. He
Yeah.
was here in Denver.
Yeah.
You might be the only answer to that trivia question. That would be kind of fun.
Raise the roof.
That is a great that's a great little.
We got to double check that.
Yeah.
In my ear, Johnny Fever said Cody Latimer. Forgot he went and had a cup of coffee with the Giants.
Okay.
Oh, Cody Latimer.
Did he catch a ball from Eli?
Was Eli still there, John? That's what we need to know. All right, it's a good question. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, let's hit 4 down territory.
Welcome to 4 Down Territory, where Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth keep you up to date on the biggest headlines in football. Kicking it off with First Down.
All right, a lot going on in the college ranks. Man, college football is insane, and some sanity came to it yesterday. The Big Ten has passed a rule that stops players returning from the NFL from playing for one of its schools, and then the SEC joined the Big Ten in a unanimous opposition to athletes leaving the NFL and returning to college teams. Unclear what's going to happen with that dude from the Browns who wants to go play at LSU with Lane Kiffin. Mark, is this common sense prevailing?
It is, but what happens when somebody sues the Big Ten and says, or the SEC and says, no, I've already had a ruling that I can go back. And so, I mean, at some point, doesn't that become collusion? Like you're colluding against guys who got cut from the NFL that still have eligibility left. So I don't know. This whole thing is like Pandora's box to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's colluding.
Collusion!
I don't think so. But I think, you can make your own rules if they don't want you, they don't want you. And they're not going to take you. But it will be interesting to see with all these lawsuits if, that can hold up in court. But now, LSU's not going to take that guy now. I mean, they voted the SEC 16-0 to implement that rule. So I think that's a wrap on him going back to LSU. Now he might go somewhere CU probably could use him. They need help.
Wouldn't it be very Lane Kiffin to fight this, though? Break
but-
off from the athletic director and say, hey, we already promised this guy.
Yeah, it would be. It certainly would be, but I don't think he's going to go down that road.
What if this guy comes in to LSU and they give him the jersey number 5?
Oh.
I mean, could you imagine what
Wow.
Jaden Daniels will
Yeah.
do? It may be over.
Be
It'd be over.
over.
He might have to just retire.
Yep.
He couldn't take the stress anymore.
No.
I love it. All right, let's get to second down. Cornerback Christian Gonzalez and the New England Patriots continue to discuss a contract extension. And with the regular season opener on September 9th, Gonzalez expressed disappointment that the sides have yet to reach an agreement. Quote, it's frustrating, but I'm focused on the season. I'm focused on here and now. Fellas, Christian Gonzalez, great player. He needs to get paid, but also it makes 4 years, $96 million for Pat Surtain continue to look more and more like a bargain.
Yeah, as I always say, and Stoke and I have had this conversation a bunch, you know your guys, right? You know the guys who can play. You know the dudes. Pay him early. Take care of it early, and eventually somebody else is going to jump over the top, and it's going to look like a great deal. And obviously they did that with Stan. It's a great deal. They'll have to redo him here in the near future, but, man, he looks like a bargain at this point.
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing, Patriots? Just get it done with your guys. Now you're heading into a season where it's Super Bowl expectations, and you got your best defender, unhappy with his contract situation. He's seeing all these other guys get paid. He's like, I'm a top 3 cornerback in the league. What's going on here? It's just drama. It's just when organizations don't handle their business the right way, you see it, and then when you do, you look at the Broncos. Not saying that all your contract negotiations are going to go smoothly, but you look at the Broncos, to Mark's point, getting out ahead of this thing. And then what they do this offseason?
Give him a little cash.
They gave him $5 million.
Yep.
That's a little bit more than a little. Just say, hey, I know you're underpaid. We're not going to revisit it. We're not setting that precedent. That's not going to happen this soon. But here's $5 million for you. I mean, that's how you handle your business.
Yeah.
Have we heard anything about Surtain being unhappy or holding out or this? No. So,
nope.
We're pretty fortunate here.
Yeah, we definitely are. All right, getting to third down. Las Vegas Raiders coach Clint Kubiak didn't want to go into any details on running back Ashton Genty's injury suffered earlier this week. All he said was, quote, he's on the mend. Genty's believed to have a sprained ankle on Sunday's practice, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Mark, this is one of those things, if you're a Raiders fan, you're thinking about this all year long because Ashton Genty did not have a great rookie year. You need this guy to pop in year 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ashton Genty, I thought was really good his rookie year. Like the Raiders were just so bad, and he is an unbelievably talented player. Here's the good news, though: did a great job in the draft going after Mike Washington Jr., and he has flashed in the preseason. So they've got a great 1-2 punch there, and even if Genty is out for the first few weeks of the season, they did a good job of fortifying that running back room as well. So that part is good for them.
I don't really care about the Raiders. They're going to be irrelevant. So I'm not worried about Genty, Bowers, Kubiak, whatever.
Bowers is
I know you love Bowers.
Bowers is a great player. All right.
Go Dogs. Kubiak, I mean, we've known him since he was. Was he around when you were playing?
No.
Oh, he used to be a ball boy for us. He was like 8 years old.
Well, yeah, because you played in the 60s.
I know.
I didn't, Mark. Okay? I didn't play in the 60s.
We're close to this. We played in the league at the same time.
We did.
Yeah, but I was at the
Different
end.
eras.
Yeah,
I was
at the
young
end.
once, too.
You were at the beginning.
All right, we're going to go ahead and punt on fourth down. In the
Quick punt.
meantime, think you know the NFL better than everyone else? Prove it. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. NFL Survivor Challenge here for the 2026 season. Each week, pick one NFL team you think will win their game. If your team wins, you survive to the next round. If they lose, you are out. And the catch, you can only use each team once all season long, so choose wisely. Free to enter, and this is the big headline, everyone. Last fan standing gets $2,500. Head to DenverSports.com/survivor to join today. Vance Joseph ripped his defense. You'll hear from the Broncos defensive coordinator coming up next.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. Recently talking to my buddy Troy Hansford about the housing market. Hey man, it's gone from crazy hot a couple of years ago to prices declining, lots of inventory on the market right now. People haven't seen that in quite some time here in Denver. But if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the last time to sell it, still get top dollar. And believe it or not, my buddy Troy's still offering his $5,000 guarantee if you can't sell your house at the price you guys agree upon beforehand, plus the timeline that you agree upon beforehand. He's going to cut you a check for $5,000. Come on, nobody else makes that offer. And Troy can make that offer because he continues to spend a bunch of money marketing his listing. And right now, as I speak, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy. So if you have a house for sale, Troy probably has a perfect buyer for you right now. And all he's doing is waiting for you to call him at 720-900-4433. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and close in as little as 7 days. Call Troy. Get your home sold for the most money. 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here for Jack's Modern Steakhouse. 2 great locations, Jack's on Pearl Street, Jack's in Lone Tree. And let me tell you, if you want a great meal, I mean great meal, just unbelievable atmosphere, exceptional ingredients, genuine hospitality, upscale but comfortable, you need to head to Jack's, guys. Try their premium Australian Wagyu. It is absolutely to die for. You can cut it with a fork. Incredible seafood. They've got a dry-aged program that makes it so good. The Blind Tiger Speakeasy, currently open Thursday through Saturday to start your evening off. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love this. That's Jack's Modern Steakhouse on Pearl Street and Jackson Lone Tree. Go ahead, stop by. You're going to be glad you did.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Brandon Stokley here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by the Colorado Lottery. Play on.
KKFN and KKFN HD1, Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth. Massive biceps.
Your arms look big. I don't know if it's fat or muscle.
You watch that, you.
Minor accomplishments.
I did yoga yesterday. I signed up and took a yoga class yesterday.
And having each other's backs.
Mrs. S. Lana, Stoke's playing golf today, and Stoke has no intention of going appliance shopping with you.
Here's the deal.
Just so you know.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
This is why the texters on this show are the best. It's Will Peterson in for Evans, hanging out with Stoke and Stink. Fellas, we asked who had caught passes from both Peyton Manning and Eli Manning in their NFL career. And I wish I could shout everyone out. We got dozens of them. But good job to all of you. You know who you are. There are 4 players Four players.
Four, okay.
Who have caught passes from both Peyton Manning and Eli Manning.
Name three of them. You know, that's a good trivia question.
Exactly. Yeah, we're kind of blowing this one, not saving it for actual trivia.
That's too hard, though.
Yeah.
It is. So, number 1 is Benny Fowler.
Oh, Benny. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, Johnny suggested him, and it was correct, Cody Latimer.
Okay.
Number 3, Jim Finn.
Jim Finn, fullback. Yeah.
Did you play with him in Indy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember him.
There for a year. And then he went to the Giants.
Right.
Number 4, the guy sitting right in this room, Brandon Stokley. So those are your 4.
All right.
Benny Fowler, Cody Latimer, Jim Finn, and Brandon Stokley. The 4 of you are in an elite club, the only 4 players in NFL history to catch passes from both Peyton Manning and Eli Manning.
I would imagine off that list, you've got the most combined catches, right? Over Latimer, over Benny Fowler, and over Finn. You have, because of all the time you spent with Peyton, you'd have to have the most catches of that group.
You're a freaking genius, you idiot!
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
But I had Peyton. I caught Peyton Indy. I caught Peyton Denver, and I caught Eli with the Giants. I only want to do that. There we go. I knew I could figure that out somehow, some way, and
that's
make
how
myself the only one.
That's a great.
I'm the unicorn of the group. No one's caught passes from Peyton in both Indy and Denver, and caught a pass from Eli with the Giants.
Good for you, bud.
Just one of one.
One of one.
And you didn't get a ring.
Didn't get a ring.
That's crazy to me.
Well,
you caught a pass in a Super Bowl season. They did not give you a championship ring.
Yeah. I popped my quad, and I did an injury settlement with them and got out of town. I was not going to live in Clifton, New Jersey for 3 months rehabbing.
But Mark, you probably played with guys who just had a cup of coffee and the organizations took care of them, gave them a Super Bowl ring.
No. I mean, I did, but I don't think they got Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. I think it's up to the organization.
Yeah.
You know what? I really don't care. I got 2, and, Mark's got 3. So, I didn't do a whole lot that year, obviously. So, whatever. And then I went to that game. I thought I was done playing football. Popped my quad. I'm like, this is it.
You went as a fan?
Yeah. So I brought, because it was in Indy. And so I'm like, I want to bring my son. I don't know if my son's ever going to have a chance to go to a Super Bowl. I get tickets. I can get tickets. So I was like, how do I get tickets? I was like, Peyton, you got any extra Super Bowl tickets? I want to bring my kid. And so, so he took care of me. I got tickets, and just had a great 4 or 5 days with my son at the time. And then we go in the stands, and we get there. We're like first 5 or 6 people to get in the stadium. My anxiety is very high. So we got in line hours before the game, just sitting there. And so we get in the stadium, so we're just sitting in the stands. We're right behind one of the goalposts, and all of a sudden I'm seeing the security guys that I know from Indy, right? And so, one of them came up, we're talking to them or whatever. So after the game was over, the Giants win. I'm fired up. Patriots lost. Yes! This is awesome.
Was this the helmet catch game, David Tyree?
No. This was
the Mario Manningham one
Yes.
down the sideline?
Yes.
Okay.
So this was the second one.
Yep.
Right? And this was the one, Gronk in the opposite end zone, almost looked like he caught the Hail Mary at the end.
Yep.
Right? I'm like, oh, my gosh, are you kidding me? And so, we were fired up, but I want to get on the field now with my son. I'm like, I still remember some of those guys, And so, so they ended up taking us down, jumping over the barrier there. And so we got on the field. And just my son was just running around in the confetti and stuff.
Awesome.
And I was like, hey, you remember me?
Right.
And everyone was like, who?
Yeah. I played for you guys.
I did. I caught a pass.
Yeah.
Let's
Moron.
celebrate together.
Yeah.
We won.
Give me that Lombardi trophy. By the way, that week, I was covering that Super Bowl for ESPN. That week in Indianapolis was Chamber of Commerce, beautiful sunshine. It was warm. It was 60 all week. It was a beautiful week in Indy.
It was perfect. It was a great Super Bowl. Everything was right there, not spread out. So there you go. That's my Giant story.
That is a cool story, and I'll stand up for you even if you don't want to stand up for yourself. I would have given you a ring.
Well, thank you.
But I'm glad you got to be on the field with the fellas, and everyone, like you said, likes to see the Patriots lose, and the fact they lost to the Giants twice in the Super Bowl. Pretty cool. All right, Vance Joseph.
Screw them.
Exactly. VJ yesterday, not real happy with his defense, particularly that first drive against Green Bay. Listen closely. He calls them out and then also reveals what opposing offenses are trying to do against the Broncos.
That first drive was kind of twofold. For me, I didn't think our approach, in my opinion, was unengaged and a little bit lazy, right? It wasn't the right approach, even in pregame. So I felt that. So that was the first lesson. The second lesson is, I think the 2 games, what we've played here, we've seen how offenses see us, right? So lots of boots, lots of misdirection, outside runs more often than not, match protection passes, quick game, Teams don't want to lose first down because if they do lose first down, our rush kind of comes alive. So I think that game was an example of what is coming in the future. How teams see us. Run game wise, pass game wise, winning first down with quick game, boots, outside runs more often than inside runs. So to me, it was a great lesson on both ends of when we play, it's a standard, and I want to see it all the time. And obviously how teams see us. And in 2 weeks, we've seen that kind of trend that way.
So a lot to unpack there, Mark. Let's start at the beginning. Unengaged and a little bit lazy. What do you make of VJ calling out his number 1 defense?
Well, I love it. They had so many, a bunch of mental mistakes and things that are easily cleaned up. But when you have mental mistakes like that, like you can be okay with somebody getting physically beat, right? Because that's going to happen occasionally. But when you get beat because you're not engaged, because mentally you bust, that's unacceptable. I mean, just completely unacceptable. So I love that, and I talked about this in Telestrator Tuesday, how much they moved the pocket with the boots, how much they did the 7-man protections, the quick games. You can tell how a team feels about you, and I love what he said. Like, they have got to win first down so they can keep themselves in second down and manageable so everything is at your disposal. You have to defend the run. You have to defend the play action. You have to defend the drop back. And so that makes it harder to really pin your ears back and release a rush. So VJ, obviously he's all over it, and it's exactly what Stoke and I were talking about yesterday as far as how teams see you and moving the pocket and doing all those things.
Yeah, this is what good coaches do, right? You have the opportunity to rip your team a little bit. Everything's been great. Everyone's patting you on the back. You're going to be a great defense, maybe the best overall in the league. You carried this team last year. Oh, we're going to break the sack record? We're going to do it this year. That's the talk. And now you have a chance to rip them and get their attention a little bit, right? And even if you didn't see anything in pregame, this is what you say. Hey, I noticed it right from the beginning. I could tell in pregame y'all were ready to go in pregame. I could tell, right? This is nonsense. Can't come out here and expect to be one of the best defenses in the league and y'all have that approach from the start, So you have a chance to get after them a little bit. I think it's awesome. It's perfect. That's what good coaches do. When you have that opportunity, you take advantage of it, and that was a great opportunity to get these guys' attention and humble them a little bit. So I love it. Great job by Vance there, getting after them a little bit.
And, Mark, do you think that pregame thing, because Stoke and I went back and forth in this on the 6 o'clock hour, do you think the pregame thing's legit? Like VJ could sense, 6:30 Friday night, these dudes aren't ready, they're just going through the motions, or is that an easy thing to say in hindsight, as he pointed out, to get your players' attention?
Yeah, I think it's probably easy to say it in hindsight. And, and again, I'm not in that locker room, so I don't see, I didn't see what was going on. I didn't see what went on in pregame. But I think that's one of those things when you have a sense that, you guys are Cadillacing a little bit, or you guys are feeling, like they're reading their press clippings, like Stoke said. Like, everybody has patted this team on the back, have talked about how good this defense is. I mean, the human nature of it is to exhale a little bit when you've heard that and you feel really good about what you've done so far in camp. And you got to have to play in this league and to play consistently and play well every week. Man, you got to have an unbelievable mindset. And, we're human. They're not a bunch of robots. So sometimes it does. I mean, I've been in those games where you walk into a game and for whatever reason, you're just like, this is you can feel that.
Yeah, you just don't have it. You're a little bit off. And so maybe there's one little thing that he saw. He's like, I don't really like that. And, sometimes you see it and your team goes out there and plays great and you just kind of let it go. But when they don't play well, now you bring it to their attention of like I could tell from the beginning y'all weren't focused, y'all weren't ready to go. I think it's great. That's what good coaches do, and so I think they needed that wake up call. I think in the long run it's going to be a positive.
Yeah, I do too, and I think the other thing is there's so many teachable moments in that film. Like one of the reasons they want to run outside is because they don't want to run at Zach Allen. I mean, when Zach Allen's man to man, sitting in a 3 technique or whatever over a guard. The guards just don't have any chance. He's got such length and he's got such great extension and ability to get off blocks. He's incredible. So they're trying to get outside.
Could David, Diaz, and Fonte block Zach Allen?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not asking if you could. We know the answer to that, but I'm wondering if DDI could block him.
In his heyday, yes.
Okay.
I could probably block him right now.
Oh.
Sorry, Zach.
With
I'm
the
just
kidney stone?
Well, not with the kidney stone, but if I
once
get
you recover from all of the urinary tract infection and the kidney stone,
then it's Katie bar the door.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Then Zach and I. No, sorry, Zach, I couldn't.
Well, and Stink makes a good point too, Stoke, about the second part of that answer. He's talking about the outside runs, the boots, the misdirections. Is that how you have to attack this Broncos defense? Because the pass rush is so good, to Vance Joseph's point, that if you get to 2nd and 12, and if you get to 3rd and 12, certainly, they're going to blow up your quarterback and you're going to punt the football or turn it over.
Yeah, I mean, you try to stay on schedule. You're always trying to stay on schedule, but I think in the Broncos situation, when you got elite pass rushers all over the place, and Vance is very creative with what he does and how he designs up blitzes on 3rd down. You don't know where they're coming from. You want to try to stay out of those situations, but again, easier said than done. But the Broncos, hey guys, I think they've talked about it. This is, the recipe. This is what teams are going to do to try to stay on schedule and to beat us. So we got to be on top of this stuff, and they weren't. Again, I've said it 50 times, but I in the end, I think it's a great learning lesson for that team.
Yeah, look at the playoff game, Buffalo, where they were running the toss crack stuff early and getting outside the edge of the defense and exploiting that kind of between the numbers and the hashes, that outside running lane. And Buffalo did a really good job of that at first. The thing you can't do if you're playing the Broncos is you can't get into 2nd down and long situations. So as Vance said, you're just not going to hand the ball off in the middle of the football field and say, hey, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, because you're putting yourself in harm's way. And if they're allowed to have legitimate pass rush opportunities, meaning everybody in the stadium knows, the offense knows, and we know that you have to throw the ball in this situation, you're in trouble as an offense.
Well, and so here's my question, because you know me. I only watch 3 clips. Right?
Yeah, you're 3 clips circle.
Yeah, you watch a lot more than I do.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to say who.
And so my question is, last year they were pretty dang good defense. They got after the quarterback. Was that the recipe last year? Teams did they try to implement that same stuff, right? I mean, you would think that, okay, teams are going to look to do it this year, but last year they were on pace to have, the sack record, and they got after quarterbacks. I mean, so what was the philosophy and game plan for offenses last year against the Broncos?
Same thing. So they tried to get off. They tried the play action stuff. They tried a quick passing game, all that stuff on early downs, on 1st down. It'd be really interesting to look at 1st down splits of how many runs they defended versus how many passes they defended compared to, a bunch of the other teams in the league. Because I probably would err on the side of I think they probably faced a lot more 1st down passing situations out of base fronts and things of that nature.
Homework assignment for you tonight. There you go. You just gave your
right. Go through every 1st down of the whole 2025 season. This is what Mike would do to me.
Yeah, right.
Because you know what you should do?
I was
at
just
every
thinking.
1st down. Over the course of the entire season, and then chart that and see how many runs versus how many passes.
And Stokley, why he's doing that. Can you go down to your basement and see if you have any memorabilia down there that you could give me for, my wife's charity golf outing?
Yeah,
Cringe. See if you got any gloves or cleats or maybe game-worn jerseys.
Yeah, any game-worn Super Bowl stuff, I'll take.
Right, I'd love to have that.
Not a regular season jersey.
No.
It's got to be a Super Bowl jersey.
Yeah.
Maybe a piece of confetti from when you and your son went on the field after the Giants beat the Patriots. You got one of those lying around. Any good reporter will ask a follow-up question after the defensive coordinator calls the defense unengaged and lazy. That's what our own Andrew Mason did, and VJ went on.
You want your team to grow and kind of control that part, right? If you feel it as a coach in a regular season, you address that. But obviously in training camp, I want to see how they're going to respond to, a long camp and, playing a better opponent, week 2. So disappointed in how we came out.
Disappointed, and basically called out the Falcons. Said they weren't any good. Wanted to see how we looked against the Packers and Jordan Love and Christian Watson in that offense, and the answer was not very good.
Right. I mean, he's right, though. Like, you have a long camp, dog days. This is getting old. You're ready for the regular season. It's like, okay, you didn't play your best. You didn't, but now how do you respond moving forward? That's the question. So it's a veteran group. They'll be fine. And again, I just think in the end it's gonna be a positive that something you can go back at and get these guys attention. Like, hey, it's time to wake up here. We got regular season right around the corner. We got to be on top of our stuff, and if not, we'll get embarrassed.
Yeah, I think it's just, again, it just goes to show you what kind of just the Broncos organization in general, from ownership and what they do with the new facility and how they've spent money on the field for the playoffs, putting down new grass, and then what they're doing right now to build a stadium and all that stuff, to the coaching staff and the accountability and all the different things. You see that accountability. You see players, the culture that you've created as an organization. And you see Vance not only getting after them, but throwing the fatherly "I'm disappointed" card on you, which hurts sometimes more than just getting your butt chewed, And so I just think it's such a good coaching staff. It's such a good football team. And they'll respond the right way. And like Stoke and I have both talked about, sometimes you walk out and it's just not, you guys just aren't in sync for whatever reason.
Yeah, you look at it too, and you can't forget this, right? We get wrapped up into it, and it's like, oh, the defense sucked. That was terrible. I can't believe they played so bad, this and that. But they almost got a fumble on the second play. Could have been 2 plays, fumble. And then, oh, by the way, the next drive was, for the Packers, was a 5-play, 14-yard punt, right? So, and they probably would have been done.
Yeah.
And we'd have been like, oh, my gosh, this defense. Look at them after the Atlanta game. Now this one, they get a turnover in 2 plays. And then, we've been talking about the turnovers. Here, they're getting turnovers now. And then even after not getting that turnover, you almost held them again. You had a 3rd and 5. But Benito jumps off sides, right? Now that's a 3rd and 1, then a 4th and 1. So, I mean, they were close to getting off the football field, and us looking at this totally different. So it wasn't, the worst of the worst.
By the way,
so we can't forget that also here.
Even on the crossing route that they completed, they created a fumble on that as well. And, the receiver got back on the ball. But So they really created – they put the ball on the ground twice, and – as we talked about, man, there was a couple of mental mistakes, coverage-wise and everything else. And getting a 1st and 19, you're gonna keep them to a field goal down there in the red zone, and then just a inexplicable hold, PI or whatever they called it, was on Sternad, and it was foolish. Like, it was just a really bad football play by that kid, and so those are the things that VJ's talking about, and I'm with Stoke, man. This defense is really good. You're not going to see performances like that.
Well, and you both bring up a great point. If Christian Watson's knee is 1 more inch off the ground, we're not having this conversation because they strip the ball, the offense comes out. It's a totally different outcome, but I did feel like, and I'm curious your thoughts on this, I felt like I saw Pat Surtain more on that first drive than I do in 4 quarters. Felt like every single play involved PS2. They were passing at him. He had the one where he kind of got bowled over, and then he had the response with the big hit on the sideline on Watson. But it was curious to see. You can watch an entire NFL Sunday and see PS2 3 or 4 times. We saw him 3, 4, 5 times in that first drive alone.
Right.
They were going after the best cornerback in the league.
Well, and it was quick passing game, slants, underneath routes. And, Green Bay, to their credit, I think they game planned some. They knew we were going to play a lot of man-to-man, and they did a really good job with some, getting some leverage situations and exploiting that stuff. So, kudos to them. Tip your cap. I think they kind of game planned this for the Broncos, much to VJ's point about all the boots and movement of the pocket and 3-step drops and all that stuff. I think there was probably a little bit more game planning on their part than there was on our part, where we're just going to sit and play man.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I like it. Hey, all right, let's take them off a little bit. Right, and slants, cross. They threw that crossing route to It was at Golden on that fourth down, I believe it was.
That was it.
Yeah, so, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, he was getting some action. Right. That's good. And so now it's like, hey, all right. He's going to be a little bit upset about that. That's not the standard that he set for himself. So I think that's a good thing to have it happen in a preseason game that doesn't matter.
Yeah, and again, on that 4th down and 1, another mental bust. 2 guys jump the flat route. Nobody's sitting in the hole. Nobody's sitting in the hook. So when Golden gets through and they get that mesh kind of pick, there's nobody sitting where there should be a dude right there so you can't throw that ball. But they both jumped the flat. And that was Sternad, and that was I forget who the safety was. Maybe Jones. I think it was Jones.
Yeah, just blame someone. No one else knows.
Yeah.
You just blame Jones.
Brandon
Jones.
We'll talk Jonesy. Yeah.
Jonesy.
Brandon Jones catching a stray.
Hey, I'm pretty sure it was him.
Of course it was.
Last thought on this.
Was he 22?
Yeah,
that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
VJ fellas has the clout to do this. There are 64 coordinators in this league. The average fan hasn't heard of half of them. Not every coordinator can go up there and rip his unit, but Vance has been a head coach in this league. He's been a coordinator forever in this league. I'm sure Sean Payton had no problem with Vance Joseph ripping these guys, whereas some coordinators maybe couldn't get away with that.
I will tell you the other thing about Vance. He's a really relational coach. He's got great relationships with the guys who play for him. And the guys who play for him love him. And this goes back to when I was calling games at Fox when he was at Arizona as the defensive coordinator. And to a man,
called a lot of those games.
I did call a lot of those games. That was back when I was in the NFC West. I was doing a lot of NFC West games at the time, especially in Arizona.
They knew you in Glendale.
Oh, I was popular in Glendale.
Yeah,
really popular.
Spent a lot of time in Glendale.
Yes, and so. But he's got that, like, to a man, every guy that came through there that played for the Cardinals just raved about Vance, not only the relational, but just how smart he is and how good he is at constructing a game plan and putting them in positions to make plays and all that kind of stuff. So this is one of those I'm disappointed in you, fatherly kind of things that you feel worse. Like, I'd rather just get when I was a kid, I'd rather just get a spanking than feel like I disappointed my parents. Just give me the belt and
get it over with.
Yeah, right. Then we can move on.
Right, then we can just move on. I think you can tell Vance has got great relationships with those guys, and they respect him. And sometimes that's what you have to do. I mean, hey, guys, this is not our standard, and we want to be great, and we can't bring it like this. So I think that's a great approach, and certainly, I think Sean Payton loves that. I mean, if you're not playing or you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing, hey, you know what? We're going to call you out.
Both the 9747 and the 9027 bring up Uncle Billy telling Mike, go get some memorabilia from Uncle
Billy. Mike's probably auctioning off that third
Carlton
base.
Fisk, third base from the 76 World Series that Uncle Billy let him have all summer long.
All summer long.
He really believes that, too.
Yeah.
He really believes that is the third base from Carlton Fisk.
Can you imagine Mike just carrying around that base, like
Oh,
going
my
out, hey, we're
gosh.
going to the park. I got the base, guys. I got the base.
Yeah. No, this is the base that Carlton Fisk ran around when he, was yelling at the ball to stay fair. Like,
man,
Uncle Billy had it.
Uncle Billy was just probably like, this kid is so stupid.
Gosh, how dumb.
Yeah, how
little Mikey.
gullible.
Yeah,
little Mikey is.
Here's the skates from Bobby Orr, when he flew through the hair.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You can wear those to the pond.
Right, wear them to the Sawyer Pond and play hockey in them. So Mike is just living. He's been living a lie for his entire life.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, if you missed it, Mike's at a charity golf tournament this morning. Asked the guys for memorabilia to auction off.
Oh, if you have time, just go to your basement. And if you have time. If not, it's not a big deal.
He'll be back tomorrow. I'm sure he'll fill you guys in on all the details. In the meantime, Davis Webb talked about Bo Nix's first preseason game. You'll hear from the OC coming up next.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here for my friends at Spine One. Do you live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery? How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. Here's the best part. You can start your journey toward pain-free today, just like I did so many years ago. with a phone call. That's right, same-day appointments. 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK. Spine One is a complete medical center for spine care. Exams, MRIs, physical therapy, treatment options, all in one facility. They're going to educate you. They're going to show you the pictures, educate you on why you're in pain, and then give you options for both nagging and debilitating pain. Guys, I've told you this. They changed my life. You know what it is. If you're lying around in debilitating pain, you just check out of life. There's nothing you can do. Everything you try to do, you just feel miserable. A couple short visits for me to my guys at Spine One. I was doing things I hadn't done in a year. I'd quit playing golf, quit going to the gym. A couple short visits. I was back in the gym, back on the golf course, and living life and being engaged in life. So they can do it for you too. Do yourself a favor. Call them. 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK, or find them online at spineone.com.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, "I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing." Amazing! Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Summers are made for time on your deck. Right now, when you purchase a new deck from 5280 Exteriors during August, you'll get free solar railing lights, no payments, and no interest until 2027 for qualified buyers. A two-time President's Club winner, 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey guys, are you an experienced sheet metal worker ready for more than just a job? Join Smart Local 9 for family-supported wages, employer-paid health care, and secure retirement with pension and 401k. Experience the power of collective bargaining. Visit smw9.com, where pride meets your future.
Rob Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at beattheda.com, 720-706-5151.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait, only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Caffeine kicks.
You're drinking from a cup of coffee that's clearly not yours. Right. Because on the side it says, Mama needs more coffee.
Selective amnesia.
I mean, things come out of my mouth. I don't remember from segment to segment what I said.
And oversimplification.
Mike used to be intelligent before he started working with me, and I've dumbed him down. He has dumbed me down a lot.
I'll be honest, it's going to be hard to dumb me down.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Just going through the college football slate this weekend.
I can't believe college football started already. It's like, we're so locked in to the NFL, what's going on with the Broncos right now. It's like, wow, you got a game on Saturday. Oh, Belichick. Oh, they get whipped by
Who
TCU
they-
in Ireland.
TCU?
It's North Carolina, TCU in Ireland, 10 a.m. Mountain Time kickoff.
I wonder what the spread is. Can we get to?
It's
Johnny,
7.5.
Oh, jeez, wow, that was quick.
Well, it's just right in front of me on ESPN
Okay.
because
Okay.
they're so in bed with all the gambling companies. They
Well,
just
yeah.
list them
Right.
right there. The Horned Frogs a 7.5 point favorite against
Can you
Belichick.
imagine if Belichick just gets North Carolina just gets whipped? Like,
That was last year. They played TCU right in the opener, and they got destroyed,
crushed.
They lose by 20. Ooh. Oh, put a
does
smile on my
he
face.
make it? Does he make like
No.
Like, does he just stay in Ireland?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think he makes it through the season.
I don't
I
either.
think it goes that bad to where they're like, holy cow, we're dealing with we can't win. Their GM guy, who knows what's going on with him, Lombardi, and we got the girlfriend thing.
They're trying to run the whole show.
Right, and we got him. We're going to fire him at the end of the year. We just got to – so I think he does not make it through the whole season.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know why Bill's doing this. I don't get it at all. Guys should be on a beach somewhere. You've also got San Jose State, USC. USC ranked 14th. You've got NC State, Virginia, Hawaii, Stanford, et cetera, et cetera. But you got a bunch of games Saturday. You got a late night Memphis, UNLV. If you're looking to chase, 8 p.m. on Fox.
Usually I am.
You are usually
Usually I'm chasing.
Speaking of, we'll get to the Bo Nix, Davis Webb stuff in just a moment. But Mark, with CU, you guys are talking about maybe North Carolina gets blown out. Am I on an island thinking that Georgia Tech is just going to obliterate the Buffs on that Thursday night opener? Not this coming Thursday, but a week from tomorrow.
No, I don't think you're on an island. I think
You don't believe?
Yeah, I don't think. I think there's a lot of people that don't believe.
You don't believe
in what's going on up at CU Boulder. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you're down in Atlanta. You're down in. Yeah, and I don't know much about Georgia Tech. So I really don't. But it wouldn't surprise me at all
If they just get whipped.
Yeah.
Spread's only 6.5 on that game. It's gone down. It's gone in the
Really?
Buffs' favor. Yeah, it was,
wow.
It was 7.5 a week ago. It's 6.5 this morning.
I think there's just so much unknown with CU. Again, new offensive coordinator, right? New defensive coordinator, I believe, also. Am I correct there?
Believe
right?
so.
Wasn't it Livingston and he came to the Broncos?
Correct.
So, you got this go offense. Let's see how that goes. I'm not very optimistic, unfortunately. I'm just not. I think it's going to be an awful year.
Come on, dog.
It's just keeping it real, keeping it a buck. So we'll see how it goes there. But, yeah, if you could get that first win at Georgia Tech, that would be huge. I don't know. I right now, I'm taking Georgia Tech, and I'm laying the points.
Yeah, you're laying the points.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's on ESPN. It's a Thursday night. The NFL season's still a week away. There are going to be a lot of eyes on that football game. Speaking of a lot of eyes, a lot of people curious about Bo Nix. What did Davis Webb think about how he did in his preseason debut?
I thought he did a really good job. Like we kind of talked about, get back to those fields, and he handled that really good. He's really efficient, good communicator in the huddle, in and out, was accurate with the football. I think there's one play you would like to have back, but through 2 drives and almost being, 8-9 months since the last time he's played, it's pretty good.
Pretty good, 8-9 months since he's played. But Mark, one play he wants back. Stoke and I debated that a little earlier. Not really sure about the one play Davis Webb is talking about. I know you guys did Telestrator Tuesday. Stoke brought up maybe it was the deep ball to Waddle. Maybe if he had thrown it a little earlier, it could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean that's probably one of the thoughts. I thought the first throw to Cortland, where they had almost, they call it a smash, whatever, but you had a corner, and it's before he got pressure. If he throws that ball early, as he's got perfect leverage on the safety over the top and like a little cover 2. And it's perfect leverage. If you throw that before he gets out of his break, that's a completion for 20 yards on the sideline. And he got spooked out a little bit, rolled. This was Mike's favorite play because he said, that's the best incompletion I've ever seen.
Right. Love that.
Right. But if you throw that ball early, Stoke, that's a completion for 20-plus yards, and you're putting yourself in a rhythm. And so he's late with that football, and that created the incomplete pass. But Maybe that's one of the things that Davis is saying. I think it was one of the first passes of the game.
Yeah, it was the first pass of the game. And he looked, and that probably is it. I said the Waddle one because if he was on time, on schedule, it's a 60-yard plus touchdown. But going back through my notes here, he looked at Court, and then he looked left to Ingram, and then he went back to the right. So if he would have just stayed with Cortland, that's going to be a big completion because Cortland was open. And then he got flushed out of the pocket and still could have completed, just threw it a little bit outside.
And that read, you're looking at that read first, and you get the coverage you want because the sideline is open in cover 2, and you get the flat defender sitting. So your first read, that ball should be out in rhythm. Like it should be gone. And the fact that you peeked back and then you came back to it is what created, the pressure. It was too early. The pressure was too early. But, just trust your eyes, trust the read in that particular zone, and that's a completion for 20-plus yards.
Yeah, and a little more from Davis Webb. Did he tell Bo to push the football down the field?
Just kind of, it's week to week, how you want to kind of sequence your first 12 to 15 plays and what do you want to do on the next drive and then in the next group. So right now we're just kind of running our install plays, and that kind of fits the defense we're playing, then we'll throw that in there. But I thought he delivered with a lot of conviction downfield.
I thought he did too, Stoke, but also there was the footwork police was out in full force, breaking down Bo Nix's footwork. Did you notice the footwork at all, throwing off the back foot, not stepping into throws was a common critique on social media?
No, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked calm in the pocket. That's really what I was looking at is sometimes he gets sped up there in the pocket, and I didn't see any of that at all. So, no, I thought he looked really comfortable in the pocket for his first game, and I thought he handled everything really well. And, he made a couple big-time throws on third down. And I think when you talk about, hey, offensive coordinator is not going to go to the quarterback and say, we're just going to just be aggressive throwing it down the football field. A lot is dictated on how are they playing you, what are the matchups, and hey, let's go to the right read depending on what they're doing and what they're playing and the coverage that they're giving us. I don't want to just throw the ball down the field just to throw the ball down the field. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I always find it funny when people are like, throwing off the back foot, on social media. Listen, there are times when you have to be off platform and you got to throw it off your back foot. You got to throw it out of balance, and you damn well better be accurate when you're doing that but when he's set in the pocket and like that Waddle throw, he had perfect balance in the pocket. He was like his body mechanics were great. He stepped in and fired a strike. And so there was a lot of that went on, and occasionally you're going to be forced to throw things off platform just because this is the NFL. I mean, that's the way it works. And so you just want to be on time with stuff. You want to see it, trust what you're seeing, and be on time. And for the most part, he had a couple that there was also a layered kind of flood where I thought Troy Franklin did a great job of adjusting and getting underneath and creating some space, and he took a shot on the deep guy that was kind of running a corner and ended up kind of throwing it into double coverage. It was an incompletion, but I thought he had a completion on that particular throw if he'd have gone under to, in the intermediate range to Troy Franklin. So I think there's probably a few little things he would look at and go, I got to see that better. I got to see that quicker.
Interesting. All right, in the meantime, Peyton Watson with a heartfelt goodbye to the Nuggets and their fans. Who did he include? Who didn't he include? That's coming up next.
Think you know the NFL better than everyone else? Prove it. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fans NFL Survivor Challenge is here for the 2026 season. Each week, pick one NFL team you think will win their game. If your team wins, you survive to the next round. If they lose, you're out. The catch? You can only use each team once all season long, so choose wisely. It's free to enter, and the last fan standing will win $2,500. Head to denversports.com/survivor to join today. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Cutarelli Vision. Made a great decision several months ago, decided to get rid of my readers. That's right, went for refractive lens exchange, RLE, and it's a total game changer. No longer need those readers. And I wore glasses all growing up, and then when I hit my 30s, playing for the Broncos, had LASIK surgery. That was great. But when I hit my mid-50s, I started needing readers for everything that I was doing. And it drove me crazy because I never had my readers when I needed them. Out to dinner, they were at home on the counter. I was upstairs, they were downstairs. I was downstairs, they were upstairs. Drove me crazy. Well, those days are days of the past because I went to Cutarelli Vision for RLE, the perfect permanent solution to readers. And I tell you what a great decision. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know when it's your right time for RLE. Guys, Cutarelli Vision RLE. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. For a free consultation, all you have to do is reach out to him at ColoradoRLE.com. Get rid of the glasses. Get rid of the readers. ColoradoRLE.com.
Are you looking for the perfect engagement ring? Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. We have a great selection to choose from. If you're looking for that one-of-a-kind custom ring, our associates will take the time with you to design that ring that she will love and her friends will go crazy over. At Matthews, when you purchase your ring and Centerstone, you'll receive 20% off your wedding bands. Make the right choice. Come to Matthews and save.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
Don't care for my local hometown team, ROX rocks heating and air. Don't get fooled by out-of-state private equity corporations that are buying local HVAC companies, offering higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. Don't trust your home to someone out of state when you have the best company right here in town. ROX are experts in local energy rebates and tax credits to save you money only at ROX rocks heating and air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX rocks heating and air.
Welcome to Whatever Bank. How may I barely help you today?
Hi, is there an option to open a checking account with no monthly fees?
0 monthly fees? I'm afraid not. Just think of the fee as a subscription to your own money.
You don't have to bank like that. Make the switch to Key Bank to open a Key Smart checking account with no monthly maintenance fees.
Ooh, I like that.
Learn more at key.com/keysmartchecking. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Siltahar Motors, where Colorado goes for the best deals, the best selection, and people who treat you right. Ford is ranked #1 in quality by J.D. Power, and Siltahar has the best selection of top-quality Ford trucks and SUVs in Colorado. F-150, Bronco, Explorer, and Ranger at 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, thousands in cash back. Plus, a large selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, warrantied, and backed by a 5-day exchange with top dollar for your trade. Family-owned, Ford dealerships in Colorado since 1960, STHmotors.com, or Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Biondino Law Firm.
raw emotion.
I'm crying right now. I have tears in my eyes. These are legitimate David Edelman tears.
Deceptive tactics.
I'm not falling for that Louisiana draw country boy, not that bright. I'm not falling for it anymore.
And thick accents.
Ask Stoke to say groin for me, will you please?
Groin.
Groin. So it's not groin, it's groin.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
How many more times?
All right, we'll get to the Peyton Watson stuff in a moment. But
Do you
go ahead?
Do you really think that we need anything from Peyton Watson? Did we need that
apology or farewell or what?
Farewell,
No.
thanks. I mean, did we need that?
No, you can just move on.
Right.
I
think Nuggets Nation is kind of they're not happy with Peyton Watson. And the situation that maybe he could have played but didn't play because
he was being advised by his agent, right?
Right. So it's not like, oh, yeah, okay, they're not rolling out the red carpet for him when he returns. I think you just kind of just go.
Just be gone.
Yeah.
Well, let me read you guys this real quick, what he said yesterday. Nuggets Nation in the city of Denver, thank you for having me for the first 4 years of my career as a young NBA player who was a bit naive and hadn't seen much of the real world. You guys took care of me better than I could have ever imagined. Thank you for that. Playing this game every night on the national stage is difficult on both the body and the mind, but the love from the fans always makes it so worthwhile. I will miss seeing you at Ball Arena. He went on to say a few special thank yous. Calvin Booth for believing in me out of UCLA, the Kroenke family, Coach Malone, Coach Adelman, and the rest of the staff, all of my teammates for helping to raise me up, AG for being my big brother, DJ for keeping me in check. That's got to be DeAndre Jordan, Joker and Jamal for all the assists on and off the floor, KCP for throwing my 21st birthday party. Interesting. MPJ for all the late-night workouts and dinners. But again, most of all, thank you to the fans. Playing in front of you has been a dream come true. I will see you all soon. So, Mark, he shouts out Calvin Booth, which, I get it. It's the GM who drafted him.
Right.
Not real beloved in Denver. Thanks, KCP, for the 21st birthday party. Must have been
important.
Pretty memorable.
Yeah, when you hit 21, that's a big one.
Yeah.
MPJ for all the late-night workouts and dinners. You guys also went to the club. We saw that the other day with Jalen Brunson getting right into the club and Peyton Watson and MPJ. The bouncer's like, you guys on a list? I don't know who you are.
Right.
Jalen Brunson, you just won a title. You're good. You're good. But it sounds like you're kind of over P. Watt and don't care about his goodbye.
I know. I mean, I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him work here. I wanted to see him, become a starter here. I wanted to see him stay. And then, like Stokes said earlier, like all that, speculation about could he have played and his agent advised him not to play or whatever. That stuff that bothers me. Like that part bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, but his agent's the one that came out and stoked the fire there. And it's like, wow, we were kind of, Evans is over there. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. Man, he's like, oh, no, they would have leaked it. If that was the case, they would have definitely leaked it like they did for Jamal. And I don't know about that, Mikey. And then when the agent says that, I advised him, make sure you feel great.
Right.
Don't push it because you got a big deal coming up. That's not a good look at all.
But his agent isn't just a guy. His agent is the most famous agent in the NBA. It's Rich Paul.
Yeah.
It's LeBron James' best buddy. I mean, this Rich Paul, he doesn't care. He's just going to say what he's going to say. And basically he said, more or less, I advised Peyton Watson to make sure he didn't play because he had a big payday coming.
I know, but guess what? You can do that if you want, if you're the agent. Just don't say it into a microphone.
Right.
Now you're making your guy look bad. Right? That's just not smart. You can advise him, hey, on the phone, hey, we don't want to get injured going into free agency. Right. Make sure that you're 100%. But you don't tell the world that. Now you're making your client look terrible, like he's soft and didn't want to play.
Right. Now, all you got to do is in that situation is talk about, hey, man, like He's legitimately injured, really wanted to play, but just couldn't quite get over the injury.
Was close.
Right, was so close. And
if
he
they
was working
won,
his butt
got
off.
to the next
Yeah.
round, then but you don't do that. Come on, man. He's got to know better than that.
Well, the Nuggets looked slow, unathletic, and old against the Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
What boxes does Peyton Watson check? He's fast, he's athletic, and he's young.
Right.
You're trying to keep up with these teams in the West, and you let the guy go out the door who possesses all those traits.
He's the only guy on their roster as currently constructed that I feel like can guard the perimeter and also protect the rim.
And he's not on the roster anymore.
I mean, Aaron Gordon, when Aaron Gordon 3 years ago wasn't hurt, he would have been on that list of guard the perimeter and protect the rim. But the last 2 years with the injuries he's had, he's not on that list anymore. Like you let the most athletic guy with the most upside potential offensively and probably your best defender walk out the door.
And in the meantime, we had an interesting thing happen here at the station. Zach Bye got to go on ESPN radio.
Oh.
Did you guys hear about this?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
What was he talking about?
He was talking Broncos.
Oh.
But the 1110, great text. Did any of you hear Zachary Bye? He called him by his full name like he's in trouble.
Wow.
On ESPN radio yesterday talking about the Broncos. He was very long-winded and got cut off by Amber. If only he had 4 or 5 more minutes.
That's a great text.
4 or 5 more minutes. I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
Zach probably thought he was in a suite.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys brought me in for the suite.
Right.
They only brought him in for the show. Like they probably split the segment, talked something else, and then brought, hey, for a Broncos take, and had like 4 minutes left, and he thought, oh, I'm in a 25-minute sweep.
Well, this is his time to shine. He gets one opportunity. He's not going to just, go for a minute. He's going to try to use it all. Well, this is me.
Yeah.
It's about me.
Hey, Zach, I'm sorry. We're at a hard break. We're on a hard break. We got to let you go. Bye.
See ya.
It's impossible. It's literally impossible.
Do they know that Zach is throwing hands?
They might not know that.
I've heard numerous times.
These nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to be careful.
But you say this is his big break. Didn't he get to go on like CNN a few years ago when you were co-hosting with him?
Yeah, he did something like, I think that was during the Nuggets maybe. The Nuggets.
This is not a drill.
Championship run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about Nikola Jokic and like the folks in Serbia watching CNN International got some Zach Bye in their life.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it was real CNN. I think it was international CNN.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, do you think real CNN's having someone on to talk Nuggets?
Yeah, the fake CNN.
His ceiling is established.
Fake CNN.
I don't think Anderson Cooper's like, hey, we need a Nuggets segment.
Where's Zachary Bye?
Yeah.
Zachary
He
Bye.
can't be that guy.
Amber cut him off. We'll see if we can track down that audio.
Up against our break. Thanks, Zach. Bye.
We got to find that audio.
That is great.
In the meantime, what about the running game? Didn't look great against the Packers. How do they fix it? Davis Webb talked about that, and also think you know the NFL better than everyone else. Prove it. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fans NFL Survivor Challenge is here for the 2026 season. Each week, pick one NFL team you think will win their game, and if your team wins, you survive to the next round. If they lose, you're done. The catch, you can only use each team once all season long, so choose wisely. And here it is. Free to enter. Last fan standing wins $2,500. Head to DenverSports.com/survivor to join today. You'll hear from Davis Webb about that running game coming up next.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate, intelligent, and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Colorado turns 150 this month, and Gravina's Window Center of Littleton has been part of Colorado's story, their history, for over 50 years. After this month of intense summer heat, if your older windows are showing their age, failed seals, drafts, condensation, they just can't handle Colorado's climate anymore. Stress from temperature swings, UV rays, and Colorado's climate takes a toll on aging windows. Guys, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton knows Colorado homes because they've been protecting them through every season for over 5 decades. Infinity by Marvin windows feature fiberglass construction that's 8 times stronger than standard vinyl and a choice that stands up in Colorado's climate year after year. Right now, you can get Infinity Windows by Marvin for 25% off plus 12 months no interest financing. Guys, it's not going to get better than that. 25% off Infinity by Marvin windows, 12 months no interest financing. Find out more and get a free consultation at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Denver's going places. Groove Toyota keeps you moving. Remaining 2026 Toyotas, model year and priced. 174 new Tacomas, only $299 a month. One of Colorado's largest selections. Model year and priced only $299 a month at GrooveToyota.com. Then hurry in to the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. Groove Toyota. Start here, go anywhere.
Post and lease for 36 months with $49.99 with signing. Zero security deposit. Unapproved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details. Based on continuous operation of a Toyota dealership at this location for 60 years. Offer expires 8/31/26.
Well, if you are tired of looking in the mirror every morning, frustrated by that hair loss, at wit's end because you tried the pills, shampoos, and lotions before you give up for good, please reach out and get a free consultation with Advanced Hair Restoration. You may find what I found out 20 years ago, that you can fix that receding hairline, thinning hair, or expanding bald spot. It's a tried and true winning formula that has worked successfully for thousands of people across Colorado, taking your own natural hair, put where you want it as much as you'd like, and it begins to regrow the very next day. Better yet, it's guaranteed to grow. I did this more than 20 years ago. It works. The procedure's simple. The aftercare is easy, and the results are immediate. Plus, you work with Dr. Tanya Pauls and her all-star staff, the same Dr. Pauls I worked with. Perfect time to get introduced to Advanced Hair. Right now, it's their once-yearly summer savings event. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar. Get the most hair for your dollar. Set up that free consultation by calling 720-459-HAIR and at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Most home sellers get one offer, and it's never enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard offers, you don't get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors, all competing for your home. Here's how it works. An Orchard agent submits your home to their exclusive network of local cash buyers. They compete to buy your home. You choose the winner. No repairs, no showings, no settling. Get started with a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. How about the most intelligent Wi-Fi that can heal itself when there's a problem? That's what you get with Xfinity. Reliability, the most reliable Wi-Fi for streaming, gaming, and working from home. How about coverage? Wi-Fi in every corner of your home. From corner to corner, they've got you covered. It's a security blanket for your network. That's what they provide. And reliability, fiber-powered network with 99.999% reliability, built for speed, powered by fiber, Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work seamlessly together. Lock in 5 years of predictability, 5 years of the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi with our best equipment. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. 5 years, same price, no contracts, no commitments. Everything you need included, data, equipment, and the most reliable Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Audible makes traffic less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible. Stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
did cross paths with Dolly. No, I did not.
Well, we are thinking of her family for sure. Lost a legend. I saw Peyton Manning paid tribute to Dolly Parton on Instagram yesterday, Stoke.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, no, I never ran across her either.
I didn't know.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, because Peyton had a
Why
nice
wouldn't you ask
picture with
me?
her.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Peyton,
you asked Mark, but why
right.
wouldn't you ask me? Stoke, did you ever
Stoke
run
could have
across
been at
Dolly?
that Tennessee game where
Right.
Peyton walked her out, and Stoke could
Yeah.
have been there in the suite, and then they come up to the
Right.
suite, and he's talking to Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Stoke probably has a better chance of crossing paths with Dolly than I did.
My bad. Let's redo this. Stoke, did you ever get lucky enough to cross paths with Dolly Parton?
Well, no, unfortunately I didn't, buddy.
Yeah.
But thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I
But
appreciate that.
the old 6 degrees of separation.
I kind of did.
You
Right,
know,
yes.
Peyton knew Dolly, so we are thinking of her family for sure. All right, no easy transition, but let's get to the
You don't
running
want to
game.
give well said. You don't want to give a shout out to her family,
Right.
right? You're thinking of her family,
Absolutely.
prayers
Right.
to her family, not shout out to her family. That's what Mike Evans would do. We
Right.
want to give a shout out to Dolly's family. She passed away yesterday at the age of 80. You know, that's
Want to give a shout out. Hey, you guys have a great day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Wait, what?
completely.
Yeah, it's
You
not
don't-
a shout-out
Right.
situation. Like, you don't shout out Kyle Shanahan after he gets in a serious
That's exactly what he
Right.
did.
car wreck.
Exactly.
That's exactly
why-
what he did.
Right. I had to call him out on that. I'm like, buddy, that's not the right way to do it. It's not a shout out situation.
Yeah.
No.
Thoughts and prayers situation.
We
Yeah.
shout out people on the text line who are like, hey, I ran into Mark at the gym, and he was a nice guy. That's a shout-out.
Right.
Not, you know,
Yeah, it's good.
someone's family who is going through a tough time. So we're thinking of Dolly
bad.
for sure. Thoughts and prayers to the Parton family. All right, Broncos run game. Stoke, this was a bad effort. They had 22 carries for 70 yards, 3.2 yards per carry. Not one of these running backs popped against the Packers. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not reading a lot into it because with the first group, you know, you didn't run the ball all that much. Didn't feel like, you know. So seemed like they went into the game plan like we're going to throw it more than run it. And then once the guys get out of the game, it's like, what am I watching? You know, I'm not going to put a lot of stock into, you know, watching these other guys that aren't going to be around. I still, you know, I like what I see from Coleman. And we haven't seen.
You liked Coleman the other night? I wasn't impressed with Coleman. 3 carries, 9 yards.
No, I
didn't do
understand.
much for me.
No, I know. But I like his burst. I like how decisive he is. Right, that's what I like. Now the stats, you know, it's not. He didn't break any run or anything like that. But I still like what I see from him. And we didn't see. You know, Harvey 1 carry for 5 yards. That was it from him. So, and no J.K. Dobbins. That's our starter. I'm not putting a lot into what, you know, the running game didn't do in that preseason game against the Packers.
Yeah, that first drive was about throwing the football, and I thought both that Harvey got 1 carry, right?
Mhm.
What did
Coleman
get?
3 for 9.
We just
3
said
for 9.
We just said both of those. Were you not paying attention?
No,
at all?
I
I
was-
just
I
said
did-
that Harvey had 1 carry for
Right.
5 yards, and Will right before that just said that.
Yeah.
That Coleman had 3 for 9. I don't know
Right.
if you
I
were
was just-
what you were doing.
Stokes
Yeah.
said he was
I was-
ultra impressed with Coleman, so I
was-
give him
I
a
was-
fact.
I didn't say
I was
ultra
trying to-
impressed, Will. Okay,
I was
now
trying to
you're-
get.
Now you're Mike Evans and me. Don't
I
do
was
that.
trying to download. I was trying to get to the play-by-play of the first drive, and I couldn't get to it.
No
so I really
excuses,
wasn't
no
listening.
explanations.
But,
Do your job.
But the Harvey was. I mean, that was just a flat-out dive, hardcore inside. Put your nose in there, move the pile. I love that 5-yard gain. And Coleman's first run was very much the same. I think his first run was a 5-yard gain. So, like, I love that, but that's
Don't say anything positive about Coleman. Don't. Will will just shoot you down right away.
Really?
No,
He didn't like Coleman?
He didn't do anything. No, Will does.
I like
Will
Coleman.
hates
No, that's what I'm
Coleman.
saying.
I like
Will hates
Coleman, but I did not walk away from the Packers game going, oh my gosh, Jonah Coleman, it's 3 carries for 9 yards. He looked good against the Falcons. He didn't look good against Green Bay. To quote Zach, 2 things can be true at the same time.
Man, that was a real downer.
I thought, again, I didn't think they put a lot of emphasis with the first team on actually running the offense. I thought they put a lot of emphasis on throwing the football. And so those 2 runs, those first 2 runs that I saw, you know, from memory and that I charted, I put down that is a great move the pile, keep yourself on schedule runs. And so Again, but I don't think that's what they went into this game plan trying to execute early. They were trying to get Bo as many reps as they could get Bo.
Yeah, get him going and, just sprinkle in a little bit of the run. But, yeah, you're right on that run by Coleman. I do. I like when he puts his foot in the ground, man, he hits the hole and he gets you those extra couple yards. So I know he looked really good the week before. In this game, only getting 3 carries, I still love what I see from him. And, again, we haven't even seen Dobbins yet. I mean, I don't know if he's not going to play, right?
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think you'd play him in the preseason.
I mean, if you didn't play him in the first 2 games, do you want to get him some little bit of contact, get him a few carries before the real deal, or no?
Not if he's making pinky promises he's going to play 17 games. I would stay away from that. Mark, your memory's good. The first offensive play was that R.J. Harvey run. So I've got the play-by-play pulled up that you were looking for. It was literally the very first play when he went up the middle for the 5 yards.
Yes.
1st and 10 from the 35. And you're right, because what's the knock been on Harvey? He's good on the edges. He's good on the outside. He can't do it up the middle, and I'm picturing that run in my head. It was right up the middle for 5 yards.
Are you still trying he's all over the place. He's so flustered over there trying to
create.
It's very easy.
Well, I don't have a computer here, and
we don't give Mark a
computer.
computer.
They don't give me the computer, so I'm trying to do this on my phone, and it's been driving me crazy. I was doing it this morning. When technology doesn't work, I will drop a couple of cuss words.
Whoa!
Yeah.
How dare you?
And I don't know how to do technology very well.
I don't either. I just know how to do the basics. That's it.
And I'm not very good at it. And I've got a website that I have relied on, for years and years and years, just called NFL. We call it NFL Jesus, GASIS. And you could always just log on if you work for a network. And right now they've got, jumping through hoops, authenticator apps, and the whole 9 yards, and it just irritates me.
Okay.
I don't want to authenticate your app.
Did you catch that?
He
said if you work for a network.
Yeah, no. Or are you that guy that's going to the facility with his key card and key card ain't working?
Right.
Is that kind of your situation with the NFL?
No.
What do you call it? NFL what?
Jesus.
I
got on in my.
I know it's this password.
Right. I got on my iPad this morning. My iPad. But now it didn't transfer over to my phone, and now I got to put the code in, and it's just like I thought I could do it really quick, and then it didn't work, and I wasn't paying attention.
I'm in my prime.
Trying to figure it out.
I'd reach out to the Fox execs and make sure that you're still calling
They won't call
Raiders Dolphins game week 1.
You think I might have gotten it?
You're usually the last one to know when you get fired.
Well, I did already book my flights. So,
Twitter.
Yeah, but that's not.
They don't care about that. I mean, come on.
They'll get a refund on it.
Yeah.
And you're going to Vegas, not Miami, right?
Right.
Yeah.
A little cheaper.
Right.
Flying to the desert than flying to South Beach. Here was Davis Webb on why the run wasn't as good against the Packers.
I think Green Bay came in here and played really, really good. I thought there was a few flashes in the run game, but then we got called back for holding or something happened where it's 2nd and longer. We just got into really bad situations down and distance-wise, and that was good for me to learn from as a play caller for upcoming weeks, and I'm sure our O-line runners will get it going this week.
Well, that sounds familiar. Here's why we couldn't run the ball. Little Sean Payton there, maybe?
We'll see. I think to Mark's point that they had a goal in mind this game. Let's throw it a little bit more than run it. We can put the run game on the back burner. And, it was all about Bo Nix, not the running game. Not this week, not last week. So, we wanted to knock some rust off of Bo. I don't really care about the running game last week in a preseason game. So, Mark
got in.
Mark is like, he's
still
so
works there.
proud.
I got in, people. I got
Deep
in.
breath.
When Will started asking you a question, I was like, I see my opportunity.
Right,
so I started pushing buttons, getting the authenticator app, and bam, I am in. I'm like, I'm surprised they don't ask me to do some IT work around here.
Yeah, we should get you right on that.
Yeah,
I'm glad you use your app when I just pulled up ESPN.com and found the same information, but you've got NFL Jesus over there that's really giving you the insight.
He just wanted to show off.
Yeah.
He just wanted to tell us. It's easy. ESPN.com, there's no authenticator needed. And you can go to the game sheet, play-by-play, all that stuff. It's very easy, but, I don't work for a network.
I don't work for a network either.
And I don't have NFL Jesus.
Yeah, you don't have that.
So you have to use NFL Jesus if you have it, right?
Right. Well, the other thing, it charts like every snap each guy gets, including special team snaps and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
so you can kind of tell what's you can just see the stuff.
I'm so jealous.
Well, I don't want you.
Let
me turn my phone over. I don't want you looking at NFL. Jesus, you might all of a sudden want to get on and like, hey, can you help me get into?
What is your password?
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
All right, speaking of snaps, how many will the Broncos starters play on Friday against the Vikings? We'll debate that coming up next.
Bo Nix is back. 2 surgeries, months of rehab, and Friday night he walked onto the field and made it look easy. Let's go! Sean Payton liked what he saw. So did Broncos country. But is it enough to quiet any concern heading into the season? Or do we need to see more? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Low T Center. In the summer heat, well, it can wear anybody out. But if you're feeling drained, even in the AC, it may not be the heat. 1 in 4 men from ages 35 to 50 has low testosterone, low energy levels, low sex drive, low motivation, mood, and a whole lot more. Low T drains you and your energy and motivation, and it makes you somebody sometimes you don't even recognize. And if you're feeling that way, you can get answers this summer for free. At Low T Center, you can book a free testosterone test and get consultation from a licensed provider who specializes in testosterone replacement therapy. You can explore a wide range of peptides, GLP-1s, the whole 9 yards. Low T Center's been the #1 name in TRT since 2009 for a reason. They are the GOATs, guys. Don't spend another day wondering why you just don't feel like yourself, why your energy is just gone. All you have to do is go to fixmylowt.com to schedule a free testosterone test today. Once again, that's fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-646-5959. That's 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959.
Will your money last as long as you do? Retirement should be about enjoying life, not worrying about outliving your savings. At AJM Financial, we build retirement strategies to help protect and grow your savings, reduce risk, lower taxes where possible, and maximize your income in retirement. Schedule your complimentary retirement confidence review at 800-467-0737, 800-467-0737, and tune into Adam Moeller's Mile High Money Radio Saturdays at 8 a.m. on 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, are you an experienced sheet metal worker ready for more than just a job? Join Smart Local 9 for family-supported wages, employer-paid health care, and secure retirement with pension and 401k. Experience the power of collective bargaining. Visit smw9.com, where pride meets your future.
Dental phobia? Consider Sedation Dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, coloradosedation.com.
Brought to you by Common Spirit Health. Hospitals, clinics, and caregivers all connected to advanced healthcare with human kindness in Colorado, Kansas, and Utah. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
Passive aggression.
Oh, Mark. Sweet, naive, childlike Mark.
Culinary techniques.
So you got the crawfish, you got the tail, you pinch, twist, and some people like to slurp it. You're a slurper.
And backhanded apologies.
You know what? I would like to officially apologize to you, Mike. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're skinny. I'm fat.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Mike Evans out today. He'll be back tomorrow. He's down at Arrowhead for a charity golf tournament. Tweeted a really nice photo to Mark Schlereth, Brandon Stokley, and myself, Will Peterson. But Stoke, you did not, and I'm on your side on this, but you did not have the last-minute charity auction item that Mike Evans so desperately sought from you.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think he texted me first a couple weeks ago about, hey, do you have any memorabilia laying around? You know, I got a charity auction. If not, no big deal. You know, whatever. And I'm like, if I have any memorabilia at my house, why would I give it to you for, like, you know, your wife's company's charity auction? You know, I mean, like, I kept it for a reason, right?
Right.
Anything of value, and it's more value to me than it's going to be for some random person at some random, you know, scramble that probably has 30 people there, right? And then he mentioned it. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I think he mentioned it on Monday. Just kind of, hey, by the way, just again, you know, if you have anything, great. If not, no big deal. And I'm just like, just nodding my head. Like, are you serious right now? Like, you really think that I'm gonna go in my basement and dig through my memorabilia to find what? Like what? Hey, what
If
am
I
I
could
gonna
just
get
get
you?
a game-worn Super Bowl jersey, right? That would be
Do
perfect
you have the
for me.
cleats from the Super Bowl?
Right.
You know that you. How about the cleats that you caught the one pass from Eli? You know, when you were a Giant. What are we doing?
Normally, when people ask you to do that, they'll bring like a autograph, like one of those paneled balls, and say, "Hey, can you autograph this football for this charity auction?" Or here's a Broncos hat. Can you put a big autograph on that? We're going to auction this off, but not
easy.
Do you have
right? Go through your stuff, and give it to me.
How about that game ball you won for Super Bowl 26? Can you, or Super Bowl 32? Can you get that game ball and just sign it? And
do you really love that?
Yeah.
Or you know, do you look at that? Where do you keep that? Because
by the way, it's funny that you bring it up, Stoke, because this morning when I was driving in, I left my house at about 6:20, somewhere in there. And I'm driving in, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot about Mike's golf tournament. So I called him. And, of course, Mike, with the cell phone, you've had this experience, Will.
Yeah.
He didn't answer, right?
Plug and play.
Yeah, and then I texted him, and I was like, hey, man, if you want to auction, like, me off, and I'll watch film with a, you know, da-da-da, and we'll have lunch or whatever. We'll watch some film. We'll kind of, you know, you could feel free. I feel bad. I don't have just memorabilia hanging around my house that, you know, I've got a couple of jerseys. They're Super Bowl jerseys. They're in, you know, they're in glass box frames or whatever.
Right.
You know, but beyond that, I just don't have anything.
Yeah. Hey, would you ask Peyton if he would, you know, raffle off a foursome with him? You know,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, sure. No,
Let me
no
get right on
problem.
that.
No problem. That would be great for, you know, the company scramble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really weird, and I wasn't sure, and I was just like, okay, I'm not even gonna look for anything, but that's just a weird ask to me. It's like sometimes I'll get, hey, you know, we got this charity deal, and you know, do you think Peyton would sign a football? I'm like, okay, give me the football first of all,
Right,
and then you know, yeah, I'll see. I'm not promising anything if I run across him, but I'm not, you know, going to hunt him down. And, you know, but if I run across him, then, yeah, you know, he usually signs whatever, you know, and he's very nice about that stuff. But other than that, it's like, you know, Evans is like, hey, can you go buy a football and get it signed by Payton for my wife's scramble?
All right.
Like,
and then
are you doing anything here?
And then maybe drop it off at Arrowhead at 4:30, you know, because they'll be setting up then. And then you can go into work. I'm taking the day off.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It just is.
I didn't know if I was the one. Like, am I missing something here? No.
When he asked me, because I'm not a collector of. I just don't collect stuff. But I was just like, oh, I'm gonna dig through, you know, a box
Here are
of
my
game balls,
socks.
or yeah. I just, again, I don't have a lot of stuff, but I'm not the stuff that I do have. There's a reason I kept it.
I thought you would coach him. Right.
There's a reason I kept it. I kept my Super Bowl jerseys because I have 3 kids. Each one's going to get a Super Bowl jersey. It's not going to, you know, some charity event for auction.
Yeah, for Evans's wife's scramble.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit disappointed in you, though.
What's that?
Because you've worked with him, so you're like his mentor. For what, 10 years?
Right.
And he's still, you know, clueless.
Yeah,
you know,
listen.
That's on you a little bit
I've
as a coach, as a mentor.
Right. There's some guys that get cut just because they're dumb, right? They just can't. No matter how many times you explain what you're supposed to do, running this route or blocking this, this different blitz or whatever, they just don't get it.
You know what we call those guys?
JV takes
that and can't get right.
Can't get right.
Can't get right.
Stupid.
Right? Uncoachable. Can't get right.
Mm-hmm.
JV takes equals Mike Evans.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Oh, don't we feel so good?
It does feel good.
Get it off your chest.
Yeah.
Speaking of JV takes, the
screw them.
The 6509 says, I will say this, when Will Peterson fills in for Mike, and I'm like, oh, this can be a nice one, right? It is plug and play because Will Peterson comes up with some JV takes as well.
Oh, Will, you are a bleeping idiot.
Oh, dang.
I think you've done it. I think you've brought some varsity takes today.
I appreciate it. Other than playing the Kevin Harlan drop and scaring you, I think
Pretty
I'm
much
doing
a
all
plug
right.
and play.
Pretty much plug and play.
Wondering if there was any way you could bail me out again.
You probably don't recognize me because of how
Obviously,
bad
it's
my
Evans.
voice is. I'm very sick.
I'm really sick.
Doing too well.
Not doing too well.
He sounds like he's on his deathbed.
The fact that you kept that voicemail, pure gold.
Yep.
Pure gold.
And the very first time I just played it on my phone into
Yeah.
the mic, and it was like, you know what, I got to text this to Johnny and Ty. They'll get it all professionally done, and I'm glad it's lived on for a couple months now. Speaking of not feeling so well, that Broncos starters didn't feel so well against the Packers. Mark, we'll hear from Sean Payton here in about 5-ish hours. I would expect him to reveal his plan. He's a little more forthcoming with information in the preseason, how much these guys play, how much they don't. How much would you play the starters on Friday, particularly with that message he sent post-game, I want to play these guys 3 quarters. Again, that was heat of the moment, but that's what he said on Friday night.
I would love to see the starting offense have a couple of drives. And if the first drive is an 8-play touchdown drive like they've been, throughout the preseason, then you can wrap it up and say that's good. I'd love to see that. I just don't know that you're going to see it. I just don't think you're going to play a lot of your defensive starters. You know what you have on defense. You were disappointed, and maybe you leave that taste in their mouth. You don't get to go rectify it, before the regular season. So I would love to see a couple of series for the starting offense, but I just don't. I'm almost at the point where I'm like, I don't think they're going to play anybody.
Anybody?
Like they'll play guys because you just have from a number standpoint.
Right.
But for the most part, I just don't think you're going to see I don't think you're going to see a lot of the starters play.
Yeah, I don't want to see anyone. I don't need to see the offense. I don't need to see the defense. I think we've gone through camp. We've been pretty fortunate. We've had some soft tissue stuff, and most of those guys are back and should be healthy by the first game. I want to have our dudes when we play Kansas City. I don't care about 8, 10 more plays. I really don't. Bo Nix looked fine to me, and if there's rust there, there's rust there. In this situation, I think we've gambled enough, and through 2 preseason games, and I hate to have a guy get out there and get hurt, and we're counting on that guy to try to win a championship, and he gets hurt in a meaningless preseason game. And I know you got to get ready to play football, but I think we have. I think we pushed training camp, and you can get some work done in practice, but as far as the game goes, time to tap out, move on, and let's start focusing on Kansas City.
Well, both you guys think that's what you would do, but what do you think the plan will actually be? Like, Stoke, do you think he follows up on they're going to play 3? I don't think they're going to play 3 quarters, but do you think he follows up today and says, yeah, starters are going to get a half?
Yeah.
Would that shock you if that came out of Sean Payton's mouth at 2:30 this afternoon?
It wouldn't shock me at all. I do think he plays most of these guys.
Sting?
I'm kind of sitting on the fence because I'd like to see the starting offense play, but I think there's going to be a handful of guys on the starting defense that don't play. You don't need to see Zach Allen play. You don't need to see Benito play. You don't see Pat Surtain or Hufanga play. I just don't. So I think there'll be a handful of guys on the starting defense that don't play. And I think, conversely, there'll be a handful of guys on the starting offense that don't play. Do you really need to see Bolsey or Powers play? Or
yeah, but if Bo's playing, they got to play.
If Bo plays, then everybody's got to play. So
right. I think maybe your 2 receivers don't play, but I think they all play. I think Sean plays them all offensively. The only one maybe not Dobbins.
I think if Bo plays, then I think you'll see Cortland and Waddle play. In that series.
All right, well, we should get our answer this afternoon. You guys can react to it. tomorrow. In the meantime, if you think you know the NFL better than everyone else, go ahead and prove it. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fans NFL Survivor Challenge here for 2026. Each week, pick one NFL team you think will win their game. If your team wins, you survive to the next round. But if they lose, you are done. And here's the catch. You can only use each team once all season long, so you better choose wisely. Free to enter, and the last fan standing will win $2,500. Great prize. Head to DenverSports.com/survivor to join today. Michael Porter Jr. has pinpointed when the Nuggets had their downfall. You'll hear from MPJ next.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What is happening? Stokley for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 50 years, and they got some great upcoming auctions. Got one ending today, one of my favorites. All you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free, it's easy, it's open to the public. Got over 1,100 items in a government computer police evidence auction ending at 8:30 this morning. This thing is flat out unbelievable. Got Rolex watches, all kind of jewelry, electric bicycles, hot water pressure washers. How about a steel cut-off saw, gas-powered? That thing is flat out unbelievable. They also got commercial food slicer, a Clemco contractor blast machine with all the hoses. I'm telling you, this thing is packed full of some unbelievable items that you're going to get great deals on. If you're in the market for a hydraulic scissor lift table, they got one of those. You got to check this auction out. Like I said, it will be ending at 8:30 in the morning. Then tomorrow, got a really cool auction that will be ending at 2 o'clock with over 1,400 items in it. This is what I love about Roller Auction. They're always updating and adding new auctions every single week. So go see it all and get yourself one of those great deals only at rollerauction.com.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need to get the job done. With fast delivery you can depend on and access to technical product experts ready to help you meet any challenge. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Cozy season is ahead, and you'll be spending way more time inside. Is your home ready? Don't worry. With Wayfair, you can upgrade your space without breaking the bank. Score up to 70% off during their Labor Day clearance on furniture, area rugs, mattresses, and more. Plus, surprise flash deals you can't miss. Whether it's one room or the whole house, Wayfair has pieces for every style and budget.
Shop Wayfair's Labor Day clearance now through September 7th at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hey, this is Rob Biandino at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. If you've been injured in a car accident or property damage, you need our help. I handle all my cases personally. I know all the medical experts, all the damage experts to get you the most for your injuries and your damages. If you're injured in an accident, call me. I will go to war for you. The insurance company knows that I'm a trial lawyer. That will get you more money, a better settlement at the end of the day. Give me a ring, 720-706-5151. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com.
Siltahar Motors, where Colorado goes for the best deals, the best selection, and people who treat you right. Ford is ranked #1 in quality by J.D. Power, and Siltahar has the best selection of top-quality Ford trucks and SUVs in Colorado. F-150, Bronco, Explorer, and Ranger at 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, thousands in cash back. Plus, a large selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, warranted, and backed by a 5-day exchange with top dollar for your trade. Family-owned Ford dealerships in Colorado since 1960, STHmotors.com, or Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Self-defense lessons.
I tased him.
Taste him. Taser always works.
That's right.
Southern charm.
Look at the boys.
With some classic impressions.
He put his pitchfork down, he grabbed his sledgehammer, and he said, "Hey, you want some of this?"
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Let's get to MPJ on the Nuggets' downfall here in just a moment, but this is why John and Ty are the best fellas. We had that texture with the great text about Zach By on ESPN Radio, Zachary By, and apparently he got cut off by the host. A little long-winded.
Well, I can't wait to hear this.
You guys want to hear this cut that John found for us?
This is going to be great.
So I wrote it down. The question was about the landscape of the AFC West. Here's a little bit of Zach By on ESPN Radio last night.
It's a very well-coached team, and you can look historically, Jim Harbaugh has really owned the matchup against Sean Payton, and so they have accumulated some scars, right, and they're ready to kind of pop, or so it seems. But again, with the Chargers
and we have said that before, Zach. Sorry, we are up against it, but certainly the Chargers, a big question mark for a lot of people. Zach By, check him out. 104.3, The Fan in Denver.
Oh, that's worse than I thought.
The little guy.
That was, oh my gosh, she's like, we've already said that, Zach, and we're up against it. Thank you, bye.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Like
sit down, little guy.
Well,
This
that
is
that
ESPN.
was annoying because she probably said, at the beginning of that question, hey, with the 30 seconds we have left, boom, right? And then he just rambling on. You're a radio host. You understand hard
Right.
breaks.
Yeah.
And you just try to blow
Hey.
through the hard break.
Look, when you
Do
got
I sound like an idiot?
when you got one time to shine, you got to go for it. He was in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I'm going for
We
it.
should have that song, One Shining Moment, they play on the
Yes.
tournament,
After-
underneath Zach, just trying to get his one
Right.
shining moment. And
I love it. Oh, we got good stuff right there.
That was just a...
We need to clip the end there of her just like shutting him down. Say,
Right.
no, we've already gone through
Right.
that. Like she really said
Yeah,
that.
can we see that? Can we hear that?
I
again?
want to
We've
hear
already
that
gone through
end
it.
part. Like
Yeah.
I've only got the 28-second version.
We'll play it all.
just-
then.
All right. So here was Zach just talking about Jim Harbaugh and Sean Payton.
It's a very well-coached team, and you can look historically, Jim Harbaugh has really owned the matchup against Sean Payton, and so they have accumulated some scars, right, and they're ready to kind of pop, or so it seems. But again, with the Chargers
And we have said that before, Zach. Sorry, we are up against it, but certainly the Chargers, a big question mark for a lot of people. Zach By, check him out. 104.3, The Fan in Denver.
I really didn't hear that. We have said that before.
Zach, right. Wow.
Wow.
That's a slap in
Right.
like we've already talked.
These
You're
nuts.
repeating yourself. We've already said that.
Right.
We
Yeah.
have said that before. What if she's I'd have loved if she said we had said that before, Zachary. Gave him the old Zachary.
Yeah.
Well, you know what
Do I
really got
sound
him
like an idiot?
What really got him in trouble was the "but" again.
Yes.
If you listen closely,
Right.
he was going to repeat himself, and that's when Amber was like, "Yeah, we don't need "but" again. We've said that.
Yeah.
Check Zach
We
out. See you
told
later,
you
buddy."
had 30 seconds. Like with the final question, 30 seconds. We're up against a hard break, and you just blow through the hard break. Dude, that was a good old-fashioned take you behind the barn. whooping.
Yes. Sit
Yeah.
down, little guy.
All right, you guys are gonna
Ceiling is established.
you guys are gonna have some fun with that. In the meantime, Michael Porter Jr. Oh man, give this guy a microphone and he will say crazy stuff. And I feel like it's gotten worse since he left Denver. I mean, that podcast, it's called Curious Mike. He's very curious on a lot of different things going on in the world. Michael Porter Jr.'s got a lot of takes. You can go search if you want to see his one with Lonzo Ball this week that went the most viral, talking about what he would do to get $1 billion. But this was interesting and relevant. Here was MPJ on the Nuggets' downfall in his eyes.
That was the beginning of our downfall, and I'm about to do Pope's podcast in a week or two, but that was the beginning of the downfall. But we still went Game 7 with Minnesota after Tim Conley kind of built Minnesota to try to beat us with the two bigs, because then you put Cat on Joker and you let Rudy kind of roam. So they kind of built that team to try to beat us, and they got us in Game 7. So then they let us run it back another year, and that's when we lost to OKC in Game 7. That's when I got hurt. I was wearing the pad on my shoulder. My shoulder was like dislocated and stuff. And we lost to OKC Game 7. I had a terrible playoffs because I had an AC joint, grade 2 injury. Like it was like a 3 or 4 month injury, but I'm trying to play through it. I'm popping it with the numbing stuff with a needle every game. I'm trying to play through it. Can't lift my arm, but we lose, and I played the worst. So I'm like, okay, I'm the one that's probably gonna get shipped out. And then they shipped me out. Then obviously P. Watt just got traded to the Cavs. It's like slowly, but they still gonna be called as long as you got Joker, Jamal, AG,
and what's it called? Debo just went over there too.
Debo's over there. Cam's obviously a good player. I mean, they're still good, but like we had some camaraderie. Like we had the unit where like
you needed to win.
We just,
perfectly
facts, dog.
So he's saying that when they let Kentavious Caldwell-Pope go, that was the beginning of the end. Is that a little bit of revisionist history? Because remember, Christian Brown, for as terrible as he was last year, he stepped in and played pretty well in his first year as a starter after they let KCP go to Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, there is always that revisionist history aspect of it, and Michael Porter Jr. was a very one-dimensional, in my mind, a one-dimensional player. He's not going to play great defense. He's not going to take it to the rack. He's not going to be physical. I mean, if he knocks down threes, then he was really good. But those nights he wasn't knocking down threes, he
doesn't bring anything to the table.
Add anything else to the table, and I always say he's the most non-athletic, explosive 6'10" explosive guy I've ever watched. Right, he just doesn't have that kind of next gear. So but again, they lost because my shoulder hurt. Okay, yeah,
I didn't play good because first it was a dislocated shoulder, then it was an AC sprain. I mean, which one was it? Whatever, yeah, he didn't provide a whole lot, and if he's not making the three, then he's not playing defense and he's not going to the rim. So it's look at Christian Brown taking over for KCP. That was an upgrade for a while. It's just, you look up and things change from year to year. I mean, you can't hold a team together for 4 or 5 years. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. So whatever, he says a lot. He doesn't pull for the Nuggets. He doesn't want the Nuggets to win. Nuggets will still be good. Are they championship contender? No, I don't think so either. So, but they'll still have a good team.
Yeah. I think his assessment of the Nuggets was right on. They're still going to be a really good team. Are they a contender? Not in the West right now with San Antonio, with OKC. They're just not.
Where would you put the Nuggets if they were able to bring back Peyton Watson?
Firmly third in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're clearly the third best team in the West.
Where do you put them without Peyton Watson?
They could hover around that play-in. I think
that bad.
I think 4 through 8 in the West is going to be just jumbled.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we saw it last year. You're checking the standings every day, and they're going from the 3 seed to the 4 seed to the 6 seed. It's just bouncing around. I think clearly the class of the conference is San Antonio and Oklahoma City, but it wouldn't shock me if we look up in April, fellas, and they're floating right around. You got to win a game or two to even make the tournament. And I think that's what Adam Silver wanted with the play-in. We've been lucky in the Nikola era. Nuggets have never had to do it. They've always been a top 6 seed. But it would not surprise me if this is the year they have to go win a game or two. And then what's your prize? You got to face San Antonio or Oklahoma City in the first round because those are clearly going to be the top 2 seeds in the West.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it like, okay, well, they got Jokic, they got Gordon, they got their core still here. But, they're going to win 50. They're going to be probably a 3rd, 4th seed. But, if you have an injury or two, which we've seen, Jokic missed time last year. Aaron Gordon's been banged up the last couple years. If you get an injury or two, now you look up and it's like, wow, okay. Now you could be fighting to not be in the play-in game.
Think about the 6 weeks where Jokic was out. Who was the standout on the offensive side of the ball? It was P-Watt.
Peyton Watson.
You get another injury like that, who's taking that over?
I don't know.
DeRozan.
Yeah. 37-year-old DeMar DeRozan versus 23-year-old Peyton Watson. I would have been excited about DeMar DeRozan 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Not that he still can't play, but a team that is already old, what do? We just added another old guy. I don't see how this is a path to a championship for the Nuggets.
But it's exactly how they're constructed. He's a guy that can score. Beyond that, mid-range game, but he's not a three-point shooter.
No.
He's got a good mid-range, but he doesn't. Can he play defense anymore at 37?
But how can you look at this roster and the age of this roster and think that you're going to be able to go up and head-to-head with the OKC or San Antonio and win that series?
I don't think you can.
Right.
I don't think you can.
I just don't know how that's going to be possible.
One, is this new front office as bad as Calvin Booth was? Like, are Tenzer and Wallace slipping into – I mean, they're the ones who paid Christian Brown $125 million. They're the ones who ultimately didn't retain Peyton Watson. They're the ones who wouldn't trade Jamal Murray for Jaylen Brown, reportedly. They're the ones who LeBron James, they asked for a meeting. We don't even know if they got the meeting. Like, what have Tenzer and Wallace done? Everyone loves to rip Booth. Are these co-GMs just as bad, Mark?
Well, so far, yeah, I don't think they've gotten – I don't think the team – again, you inherited a team – that was a top-notch team, and I think they've gotten worse this offseason.
I thought they were better last year, though. I thought they did a good job of giving Adelman a bench.
But they won 2 playoff games.
No, I understand. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I thought they made the right moves in the offseason to, make this team as good as possible. Added to the bench, and just obviously it didn't work out. But, we'll see how it ages. But I thought last year they did a really good job of constructing that roster.
But all those bench guys are now gone. Hardaway gone.
I
Jonas
know.
gone. Bruce Brown more than likely
That's
gone.
why I said we'll see how it ages.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it's going to age well.
And Christian Brown got that winning Powerball ticket as well. All right. We'll put a bow on this thing coming up next.
Bo Nix is back. 2 surgeries, months of rehab, and Friday night he walked onto the field and made it look easy. Let's go! Sean Payton liked what he saw. So did Broncos country. But is it enough to quiet any concern heading into the season? Or do we need to see more? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey everybody, Cecil Lamb here from my friends Soda Diet and Nutrition.com. And right now you can call 866-800-SODA because they've extended their 4-week offer through the end of August. That's right, 4 weeks free. Call 866-800-SODA. Mention the Fan, 866-800-SODA. Tell them the Fan sent you. Tell them Cecil Lammy sent you to get those glorious 4 weeks free. And imagine 4 weeks from now, you could be looking better, feeling better, ready to go in the fall here at the end of August. So love it. Love Soda Diet Nutrition.com. Why don't you go to the website there as well, because Soda has over 10,000 positive Google reviews. I'm one of them, by the way, because 5 years ago I lost 60 pounds. 60 pounds gone with Soda Diet and Nutrition.com. Why? I had a degreed nutritionist set up a dynamic diet for me, custom fit for my lifestyle, my schedule, my food preferences, all there for me, and I was able to lose the weight in a good amount of time. 5 years ago, lost 60 pounds, never going back, because SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
In honor of the new Denver Broncos Blitz Scratch game from the Colorado Lottery, I brought in a real deal quarterback to tell you all about this latest game. All yours, bud.
Blue 52, orange 80, scratch back twist 100K, big hat, strong stash, on 2.
Well, I think what he said was that the top prize is $100,000 and something about how great I look. Thanks for noticing, champ.
New Denver Broncos Blitz Scratch.
Must be 18 to play.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, "I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing." Amazing! Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Summer in Colorado means more water use. Call Benjamin Franklin for water heaters, drains, water quality, and more. Available 24/7 with a satisfaction guarantee. Look at BenjaminFranklinDenver.com.
Double crossing, you little punk. Can't believe you did that. Unbreakable trust.
See, I'm not like you. You just let me drown. You just let me drown. You do nothing.
And of course, emotional maturity.
Or maybe a little bit angry.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Been a lot of fun this morning. Really enjoyed it. Broncos and Vikings creeping closer and closer on Friday night, the final preseason game. Stoke doesn't want to play anyone because he's worried and says the regular season's right around the corner. Got bad news for you, Stoke. You guys got 2.5 weeks of Chiefs preview coming up. It's not right around the corner. This is going to be, in all seriousness, this is going to be a long wait between now and September 14th.
Yeah.
It just is.
No, you're right. I mean, you have some time, but you can get some work in practice. Tell someone that you have a long time when they have a high ankle sprain and they're out 4 to 6 weeks, right? Or, you tear your ACL and you're out for the year. In a meaningless game. So I'm just looking. I feel like we've pushed enough, and this isn't a blanket statement for every year, because I think sometimes they need to play them more. This year, we got a Super Bowl roster, and I would just hate to lose a guy in a meaningless preseason game. That's it. And I understand there might be a little rust there. I'll deal with the rust over the possibility of losing a guy or two, because I watch all these preseason games. Watch ESPN. You put it on, and it's like, well, this guy's done for the year. He got hurt last night. Oh, this guy's done for 6 weeks. He got hurt. In a preseason game that doesn't matter, and I just don't want that to happen to the Denver Broncos this Friday.
I'm really fascinated to see what Sean, in about 4 or 5 hours when he comes out here and kind of gives the game plan for the weekend.
I don't think he's going to give it to us today. He does. He's going to say we're going to look at it tonight, and he's going to give it to us. I'll tell y'all tomorrow.
Well, he doesn't talk tomorrow. If we don't know today, we won't know until we go into the game. Yeah, today's the last day.
Today's the last day. Okay.
Because they treat it like they do the regular season. So his last day talking on a Sunday game is a Friday. With a Friday game, his last day talking about Wednesday. And the last 2 Wednesdays, Mark, he has revealed his plan. It was 2 weeks ago today. He told us Bo wouldn't play in Atlanta. It was a week ago today. He told us Bo was going to get 14 snaps. So he has been pretty honest about that stuff. I would expect him to tip his hand today.
So we will get it today then.
Yeah.
That'd be my gut. Do you guys think, too, with this last preseason game, how many realistically roster spots are we fighting for? Because I think on bad teams, you're fighting for like 10 to 12 spots. I think on good teams, Super Bowl contenders like this Broncos team, you and I could sit here and we could go 50 of the 53 guys who have already made the team. It feels very congested for those last couple spots. There's not a lot of jobs on the line.
Yeah, I don't think there are many. I think they pretty much have this. There may be a couple of positions, a couple of backup positions that it'll go down to the last preseason game to see, hey, who makes plays on special teams, which guy stands out. But I don't think I'm with you. I don't think it's many. Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'd say none. I think they already know. I don't think it's going to come down to one game. Now you might be right. I just think that you have the bulk of everything that you've evaluated from the offseason to the 2 preseason games, and I really don't think there's any. Not with this roster, but there could be a couple. I just don't think it's going to come down to one game. Now, what you will have though is they'll be on the waiver wire,
right? And
somebody get cut, and someone here, that's the 51st or 52nd guy on the roster will get cut after they thought they made the team, and they'll sign the other guy. But I'm going to say 0. I'm going to say they already know.
The 53 is locked in.
So there may be, though, a situation, which I could see this, back to your waiver wire statement, where you're like, I think we can slip this guy through waivers and pick him up on the practice squad versus this guy over here. And so, there could be some of that as well. But I think for the most part, they know who's making this team.
That'd be my gut as well. There's not a lot of minds that can be changed, to Stokley's point, on one preseason game. And
how about Lil Jordan?
Lil Jordan, I think he's a practice squad guy. But I think you can get him through waivers.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You get him through waivers, they'll bring him back on the practice squad, and
he is
live Little Jordan. 9 lives, baby.
That dude's it's Sean Payton's boo.
Yeah.
That is a security blanket right there.
I needed me a Sean Payton. I wish I had me a Sean Payton.
Well, because you had to sweat a couple cut-down days. Mark, you were a starter. I don't think you had to sweat any.
But my rookie year,
you were a scrub.
Yeah,
you had to sweat a lot. Thanks, Will.
Yeah.
Mark, no, you on the other hand, you didn't have any sweat at all.
No, just my rookie year. After that,
let's hear from Stokley. He was always on the roster bubble.
Hey, I knew I was making every team.
Right. There was some. You get close and you're just like, let me see if I get the phone call. You just never know. My last year in Baltimore, I go up there to Baltimore and you just never know, right? just like, I don't know. They might cut me and try to bring me back. You never know what's going to happen, right? And so it's those situations that are, nerve-wracking. And for some of these guys, they've been battling all offseason, been here the whole offseason. Next thing you know, it's like, all right, thank you, bye.
See ya.
We've moved on without you. That's tough, man.
Is your boy Bandy going to make the team?
Oh, no chance. 0% chance he makes the team. Now, he might go on practice squad. He's been hurt. He was hurt for a long time. I don't know. Is he back?
I haven't seen him.
I don't. Yeah. So, no, there's no chance. They'll probably do an injury settlement with him. I think we've seen the last of Bandy, unfortunately. My kind of guy, but I just think with that injury, you got no chance to make the team.
Let me provide some.
The receiver room is so deep.
You already know the five. You're keeping five. Right. You already know the five.
It's not a scarlet letter on Bandy. It's just that you guys have gotten to the point where you got Mims, you got Franklin, you got Pat Bryant, you got Waddle, you got how are you going to make that team if you're Bandy? You're just not.
No.
Somebody did get action in Houston last year.
There was one game he caught it. Didn't he catch?
He caught a touchdown. Yeah.
Was that against the Texans?
I don't remember who.
I think it was the game down in Houston because I think he had the touchdown.
No, it was at home. I thought.
Did he? Okay.
I remember being at home down the left sideline, like over the middle. They blew it, and he went down the left sideline. I thought, but so there's just no room in the wide receiver room. The tight end position is going to be interesting to me.
Yeah.
The Trout's going to make it. This is the year of the Trout.
Right.
Evan Ingram's going to make it, right?
Yep.
Unless that's a surprise cut. Now you got a bunch of young guys, and you got Atkins, who they love Atkins. Atkins might be a practice squad guy. You can't cut Joe Lee, can you?
No, you have.
He's got to make the team, right?
Right. And then you've got, they raved about Loner, but that could be a practice squad guy.
But Loner, he's been hurt.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen him.
Kroll.
Yeah, that ship sailed.
Best player on the Broncos.
I know. It was just 2 years ago.
Best offseason of any Denver Bronco ever.
Yeah.
Cecil Lammey, just ask him.
Right. I think 2 years ago he was the best player on the roster.
Yeah. Greatest
Cecil.
offseason in the history of the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. Cecil will be here in about 6 minutes to defend himself. All right, couple of house cleaning real quick. One, Bandy caught a touchdown against the Packers last year.
At home.
Good memory.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was that. And then two, I was with you guys maybe 2 months ago, and I remember this, but I asked you fellas if you ever had to sweat cut down day, and Mark, you're like, I didn't sweat any cut down days. So that's why I teed it up the way I did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mark didn't have to sweat them. Stoke, you were sweating.
Just my rookie year, I had
sweating.
Yeah, Stoke.
You were sweating. I was sweating. I was sweating a lot, unfortunately. There was a few years I didn't have to sweat.
Yeah.
There was a few.
Yeah, you were a 1,000-yard receiver in India. I doubt you were sweating that year.
No sweat that year.
No sweat that year.
No
you knew
sweat
you were
the
on
next
the squad.
year. Yeah.
In the meantime, Mike will be back tomorrow. Have you guys gotten any updates about his charity auction this morning?
Can't wait to see how much money they raised. We raised $195 for my wife's charity auction.
Oh, be nice.
I'm
sure it's more than that.
I texted him. I called him. I've gotten no response,
Right.
which is typical of Mike Evans.
He just wants.
Right. If he texts you or calls you like he did you when he was sick, he's expecting immediate response.
Yeah.
But-
I maybe I should go down to my basement, see if I have any memorabilia I could bring him tomorrow.
Yeah. You mentioned that Cincinnati game where the famous Stokley down the sideline, Gus
Bring him
Johnson.
some old socks.
Say,
socks. I wore these
Right.
underneath the other socks.
Right.
In that
Yes.
These are the socks I wore when I caught the Cincinnati touchdown off the deflection.
Oh, it's too late. You already had the auction. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Just some dirty old socks. Bring them in.
That was the first time
Old
you and
jock
I.
strap for Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It'd be the first time I ever saw one.
Oh, my.
They didn't give them out at JV
damn.
games.
Oh,
That was
no,
good.
you didn't. Oh, wow.
First time you
Mark.
and I were ever in the same building, I believe.
That's right.
I was
You said you were there.
I was in the stands. I drove up from college and Stokley down the sideline. Really boring game, 7-6
Yeah.
game, but it was all worth it for the final moments. And you did the Madden thing where you ran out the clock. That was good. All right, boys, it was a lot of fun. You got Dover and Cecil coming up next.
And we have said that before, Zach.
The most diabolical haters this side of the Mississippi.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Rich Lawn. It's that time of year again where you get your lawn prepared to make sure you have a great lawn next year, next spring, especially following a drought. Because I tell you what, there are no two better products right now on the market than Rich Lawn Winterizer and Revive Ready Spray. Hey, weeds flourish after a drought because your grass gets thin. It's hard for the grass to really get deep rooted, so weeds take over. And to combat this, you can feed your soil with Rich Lawn Winterizer. It goes right to the roots, creates a strong root base that squeezes out weeds, and then organic-based fertilizers. That's how it works. And obviously with not only the Winterizer, but also the Revive spray, it just does such a great job of creating just a green, luscious lawn this spring. Also, you can overseed this fall with easy green grass seed, which is going to help come up in the spring as well, and just make it absolutely beautiful. So for more information on Rich Lawn, just go to richlawn.com. That's richlawn.com. I'm telling you what, you're going to have a great lawn next spring with Rich Lawn products.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Truck started slow. Battery might be toast.
Slow starts are the first sign of heat damage to your battery. We'll test it, no charge.
Thanks. And if it is dead?
We'll set you up with a new, fully warranted battery, some up to 5 years, and we'll recycle the old one.
Thanks for the rundown. Lead the way.
Get free battery testing, charging, and recycling at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store